Ejike Jamal,
aka NaNa Man,
and this is the Problematic Safe Place.
So what's up? Hey, another episode, season 2. We coming strong.
Yes, sir.
And I believe the audience out there is gonna love this one here. I was looking forward to it. What about you?
Hell yeah. Okay, I've been hearing a lot of shit. A lot of black Twitter theories. All the whole tip niggas came out. All the fat ugly white feminists came out. All the
That's a lot of
green
stuff going
tea
on.
shea butter Twitter came out. You know, on these topics. But we're gonna get into all of that. But yo, hey NaNa Man, why don't you give one of your introductions?
Yeah, so how rude of me, man.
Go ahead.
This episode we are acquainted with two wonderful ladies here.
Queens.
Queens. And I would say Milani is popping. You know what? I gotta do my formal introduction here. When I look at this one,
Okay.
hey, she got a skin like butter. You feel me? And I'm telling you, her beauty can cure blindness here. One and only Anthea. The one and only. The one and only. And then she's also acquainted by her sister, her soul sister.
Okay.
Sister. And she's a queen, but her name is Princess.
That's right.
Is that right
In real
there?
life,
Yes, sir.
don't play no game.
And we definitely got to start off with Queens on this episode.
Yeah, definitely
okay?
queens.
Okay.
Okay.
Let the people know where we stand, you know?
It's
Okay.
only one way. We gotta do it right.
If you're gonna do it right.
That's right.
Hey, yo, I got a quick question, all right? So me and my girl, we were talking the other day. We had this debate. Okay, so I'm going to turn this to y'all, the queens, okay? Now, me and her were having a discussion about, and I'm right. Oh, I'm a fucking king, all right? Okay.
I don't know about that.
Hell yeah, I'm a fucking king.
That's right.
Well, that helps you sleep at night, brother.
Yo, that's exactly what you said. That got you caught up with the trans community.
Oh.
But we're not gonna open that up. But yo, okay, so this is what happened. Me and my girl were just talking, okay, and we're talking about consent and all that shit. So I forgot what sparked the conversation, but we had a disconnect in opinion. She told me that NaNa, let's say you chilling with a girl, right? Y'all watching a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, and you try to make a move to fuck, and she tells you, not right now. What do you do next?
What I do next, man? You know, no's don't come to me much, you know, because I'm NaNa Man.
Shit.
Man is NaNa, NaNa's man.
Oh, nah, don't lie.
This nigga was heartbreak NaNa curved all last season.
I mean, you gotta be persistent. You know, I'm a relentless type of brother. Just depending
I ain't NaNa Weinstein. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right? There's a level of consistency, though. Like, you can't... If a woman has already told you their position, you pushing the issue is probably going to make her regress that much more.
Okay.
So, in some form or fashion, yeah, if you feel like she's pushing away, maybe you're into the chase, which there's this theory, I guess, that men enjoy the chase and women like to be chased. But sometimes if you're in a relationship and y'all already cuddled up, you're booed up, there's nothing to chase really other than chasing goals, chasing dreams. Well, you can't really keep chasing each other. If you want
you
some
going
booty, she
deep
ain't trying
now.
to give it up.
You going deep.
See, you say that.
If
crazy.
she doesn't want to give it up at that moment, it doesn't mean she doesn't want to.
Exactly.
She just doesn't want to right then.
Exactly. That's my point. So this is where we got into it. Okay.
So you have to be. You let me get this correct. You have to be in a title relationship.
I mean, whatever your situation is between the two people,
Situationship.
Get a little closer to the mic. Closer to the mic.
whatever the relationship title in which you want to place in that particular person one, person two relationship, for lack of better terms, is your business. If it's a textationship that leads to booty calls or that leads to booty texts, cool. If you text every day and you can cuddle at night, cool. If you talk every day, if you can't go to sleep, you're co-sleeping. I've heard of people that are co-sleepers.
I'm actually
Really?
against that.
Co-sleepers. Oh.
They just don't like sleeping
That's
alone.
a new terminology. I was just in college. I was a major of body language, and that's what I majored in. And you know, I made straight A's.
I bet.
But you still don't know. But you still don't get it when your wife says no. That means stop.
Yeah, basically.
EJ.
But here.
Because anything else is rape.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like, okay, so let's say it's a girl you just met, Nana. Okay, and y'all chilling, y'all watching the movie, and she said, and you trying to make your move because you don't give a fuck about the movie. You tried to make a move, and she says, "Not right now." My question for you is, when do you try again? Or do you try again?
Well, she said not right now, so then the next second might be right now. It just depends. I understand the word you said, not right now. Okay, then not right now. But maybe 10 seconds later, that means right now.
Damn. This
So for me, this is just my perspective. I think that things should just make sense. So if my words are matched to my actions, then that
life don't make sense.
I'm just saying, it just should make sense. If I'm saying not right now, and I'm moving away from you, and I'm pushing away from you, then it literally means no, not right now, not at all. To me.
There it is.
So at that point, there is no consent. But now, if I'm saying not right now, and I'm undressing myself, and I'm coming onto you, then at that point, you need to clarify: are we doing something, or are we not? But to just
at the
say
heat
not
of
right
moment,
now,
there don't be no clarifications and boundaries. If boundaries
well,
wasn't
without
set,
clarifications, you end up like Harvey
Exactly.
Weinstein.
Yeah, no
You end up
Weinstein,
raping
man.
people.
whoa.
So it's just,
Harvey
you just need
Weinstein
to
sound
exactly. You need to
Donald
clarify
Trump,
because
he's the leader of the free world.
the leader of the free world is grabbing
Sheen.
people by their pussy. So we don't need to just follow his command.
Agreed.
Exactly, and he also doesn't get the same, repercussions as everyone else does if they plan
Not
to
as
do
a white
that.
man in America. He
Exactly.
You don't know.
So not right now means not right now.
So
We need to
that's
talk about
So that's
girls.
what I'm talking about. So me and her, my girl said similar to what you said, Princess. Okay, she said to her,
She's a
she
smart
said,
girl.
she said not right now means basically hell no or no.
Exactly.
Now, me, I interpret not right now as meaning shit. Not right now.
Okay.
So I may try again in the next, half an hour,
Okay.
1 hour.
Fair enough.
And but see, she was telling me like, how do dudes not know that? How do y'all not know that it's one?
I mean,
So-
it's literally the words, not
Yeah.
right now. So it means not right now.
Exactly.
In the event that she may want to, then I feel like she may initiate it. But again,
Well,
you're watching the body language.
Hey.
You're thinking about the tone of the whole entire situation. And so if she's telling you not right now, getting up, pushing away, putting on more clothes, repositioning herself on the couch, I think that's clear as day. Mr. Body Language, not a man.
I just want
speak to that?
What say you?
I want to flip the script. What if a guy says not right now? We
Man,
always
please.
hear
You know
always
what they gonna say.
interpret like
These
there's no-
cutthroat dudes out here, like they're not even finna bring you back to their place if they don't want to deal with you.
I've
like
been in
that.
a lot of
homeboys'
uncomfortable
place.
situations.
Yeah.
Why
Get
would you
it.
have a
Won't
woman
know
in
their
your
address.
house that you
I've
don't
been in a
want
lot of very uncomfortable situations, and it challenged my masculinity. Like they're
Well,
trying
if
to
you're
force
not
me to
into
do
it, then
stuff
you're not
like
into
that.
it. But that's the thing. Like, it's a double standard. What you're saying is a double standard. A woman should be okay with being forced into it when she says not right now. But when a man's not comfortable, they shouldn't have to be. You feel like it's testing your masculinity, and that's
Exactly.
not what's happening.
Exactly, because if a
Because if
dude
it's being clear, if we're being clear, instead of saying not right now, hey, I'm not in the mood tonight, then you know the night is done. You can either go home, go take a cold shower, work out your situation however you need to. There's no ambiguity with saying a statement of not tonight versus not right now, because you guys are interpreting not right now
as not
literal,
right now.
later on tonight.
Later on, possibility. It's a
And
When
possibility
it says
later
not
on.
right now, in this mood, in this moment, in this atmosphere, is not happening for me.
Well,
But
see,
I do have a question for the guys. I'm sorry to interject.
Oh, go ahead,
but
go ahead.
why would you bring a woman into your home if you weren't potentially
Looking
wanting to
for-
be intimate with her?
I
And
don't
vice
understand that.
versa,
I've
though.
never done that.
Also, vice versa. Why would a woman come into your home? If she feels like she's
Give us this hot
not.
take.
She don't know
Give us
how
this
far
hot
it can
take,
go.
man.
So it's
That's-
not
that- vice versa.
It's not vice versa because obviously as men and women we speak different languages. If I say that I want to come over and watch a movie,
boundaries should have been
I
set
literally
at the
want to
door.
watch a movie. That
door.
is my intention.
But
Exactly.
at the
The
same,
atmosphere set the whole mood of things where it can
but
transpire
what you said
to.
was correct. The boundary should have been set at the door, literally. I know if I go to a man's house
After 9 p.m. and go watch a movie, come on.
The
I mean, there's
expectation.
men out here
there's
that
men out
if
here
you
that
come after
definitely.
5 o'clock, it's already an issue. Like you can come in
Right,
broad
you can
daylight.
come
Right, that's
at
evening.
any-
You can come
the
in
time of day doesn't
on a
matter.
Sunday.
The time of, you
After
should
church.
Exactly.
pussy
watch
after
church on the bed.
After Resurrection Sunday.
Y'all be in the bed like this.
hey,
Right.
So
Hey.
I mean,
So-
it happens. But my point is, if you are clear about your boundaries, yeah, we can have sex, yeah, we can't have sex, no, this is something I want to do or I don't want to do, then you know where you stand. When the problem is people don't like hurting other people's feelings. They don't want to be the person that hurts. And they don't want to be the one that gets hurt.
I actually
instead
disagree.
Of saying, no, it's, I
feel
but
like
instead of saying, no, I don't want to fuck you, you smell, you dirty, whatever giving you a true reason, instead of, we go with, not tonight, hon, I'm not feeling it.
And that's too indirect, and I think that's the problem. I'm gonna let you go, Princess, but I think that's the big problem. That's the reason why dudes are getting into this shit about, like, you know, getting charged with assault and allegations because
they not doing their due diligence. Because in most relationships, women will wait for the man to make a move. If you didn't make a move, she wouldn't have had to tell you not tonight.
Exactly. I've read tweets. Okay, I've read tweets where girls straight up said, "Look, I ain't never had a nigga should never ask me for pussy. I ain't never gave pussy to a nigga."
This is true.
I've read tweets like that. Well, he said, "You want this pussy? You better take this pussy."
But you know that type of woman, and you know what type of woman you're dealing with.
Not really. Everybody's different.
Do you?
They all
different. If this is not somebody that you know like that, then it's up to you to do your due diligence.
And I think a woman will show you that they are the aggressive type, and they are the aggressor, and you know that before you even.
In the heat of the moment, anything can transpire.
And when that heat is over,
I'm sorry.
It's almost like playing with like
certain things. I'm gonna have to revoke NaNa, whatever, his whole entire diploma in body language because he ain't getting it.
I got a PhD in body language.
Okay, well, doctor, you ain't getting it. Wrong diagnosis here. No means no means no means no.
Oh shit.
To you, so
to them.
So that's the big confusion.
To the Me Too movement. To everybody out here.
Time's up. To Me Too.
Now I gotta straddle the line with the Me Too because people are getting in serious trouble there.
Right, but that's
but I'm waiting till another woman. What if a woman, a big women star like Halle Berry comes out and guys start saying, "Hey, you know what? She touched me inappropriately." You know what would the world come to that? Like, oh, Halle Berry's fine. Like, if she touch you, she try to fawn with you, you should be thankful.
But that's exactly what Stormy Daniels is going through right now. That's exactly what she's going through right now. They're slut shaming this woman. Yes, she knows she was in. You know, she was. What is she? She was a stripper.
She's a playboy.
She's a playboy. Yeah. She was a playboy bunny. She knows that sex was what she sold in order to make $1. But that doesn't mean you get to abuse her sexually.
Exactly.
Thank you.
As a woman because of her profession.
Exactly.
And it's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing for women.
So if she sold sex, as long as you got a receipt for it, then you should be good, right?
But that's not the point. She's selling the idea of sex. She's not literally selling sex from her body. That's different.
And now you invite certain advances if you do that. I'm a trainer, right? Most of the time, if you follow me on social media, I have my shirt off intentionally intentionally. And people say, "Hey, oh, Nanny gonna be a thought or whatever they consider me," but I consider it marketing.
Right.
Okay.
What are you selling? Are you selling your body? Are you inviting somebody to grope you? Are you inviting somebody to bring you and harass you?
I'm trying to monetize myself.
But what market are you inviting? What if a man wants to come on to you? Are you inviting that?
Whoa. And the word of the day was ambiguity. I just wanted to throw that out there because that was I haven't heard that. Okay, to answer your question, Princess, it comes with the territory. So have I had people do some sexual advances on me? Absolutely, men and women. Okay, but then I gotta set the boundary. Like I know that what I do sometimes can come with those. Can come with that.
So who is at fault? The one doing the advances or you because your shirt is off?
It's a mutual thing. It's a mutual thing.
The one doing the advances.
You have to protect yourself.
This is your business, so to speak. So you should be able to market yourself as freely as you want to.
Exactly.
So you should be able to do that with the confines of not being scared that somebody will take advantage of you.
Yes, in a perfect world.
Like that.
In a perfect world.
Well, we're trying to get there. We're not going to stay where we are, right? So once we know better, we do better.
Yo, I like how we just,
I don't think
got right
she
to the
won
shit.
that. Like that.
Okay.
The right one, baby.
I was
nuts in here,
handpicked.
man.
I was handpicked, so let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do
Hey,
it.
let's get into the Morgan Freeman shit.
Round one.
All right, y'all. So we already talking about. So we already on the subject about rape culture, rape. You know, consent. What y'all think about this Morgan Freeman shit?
Refresh.
Okay, so
memory.
allegedly, allegedly,
It's about 16 people.
8 girls, 16.
Yeah, 16. Eight
Uncle
girls
Morgan?
confirmed.
Okay, yeah, 8 girls.
Grandpa Morgan.
Yeah.
8 girls are accusing Morgan Freeman of sexual misconduct. That's our, that's our guy. That's
The
our
narrator
Paul.
of Visa.
But
Not God.
looking at some of the clips though, there was a clip, and I'm gonna add this in later. But there's this clip where I'm trying to remember. He says something along the effects of "I wish I was there," and this white it was a news reporter. I gotta get the clip. It'll make a lot more sense to the audience when I put that clip in. But basically, in these circumstances of where he's being accused of sexual misconduct, it really sounds like just a creepy old man. Just
There are
like
creepy old men all over
he
the
gives
place.
compliments, but nowhere. I didn't read anything about touching. I didn't read anything about rape.
Right, but that's the thing. It's
Verbal
okay.
abuse.
So I will say that people in general, both men and women, need to be more responsible with how and what they say. I also feel that recipients of what's being said need to be less fucking sensitive. Like, get over it.
Everybody's sensitive.
I mean, for example, I was in London recently. They have a current movement towards physical touching on public transport. Now, there are some cases that are flagrant, right? Like you're sitting on a train, there's a guy that's hanging out sitting beside you, rubbing your leg.
Yeah.
One too many times with his dick in his hands. That's going to be a problem.
Of course.
And they're definitely seeking those people out to press charges. But if it's so much as me walking by, or I was on several crowded trains, and somebody knocks into me, am I really going to think, oh my gosh, this guy is trying to touch me? Because now that's been the signal put in my mind that, oh, if somebody does something of this nature, now I need to be more aware and make sure that I'm not being taken advantage of. And the fact of the matter is, it's a crowded train. He just bumped into you because it's crowded.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything about trying to touch you or feel on you. And that's the same thing with language. He may have just said, I wish I was there, thinking, oh, it would have been pleasant to be a part of it.
Exactly.
However, some people may interpret that as, ooh, I wish I was there so I could watch you and feel on you. And that's not what he said.
Exactly. And here's
People
my take
take
on it.
things out of
Content.
context.
Yeah.
But the thing
And-
about Morgan Freeman is multiple people came out though, and it's
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's multiple examples. It
I
was
can
almost
see how
like
it happened,
but
but
it's
they all
almost
said
like
that
Bill
would-
Cosby. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, man, these girls are trying to opportunists trying to get on Bill Cosby. Then when he got convicted,
Man,
I'm
they
like,
dragged.
Well, all of them
Yeah,
were claiming
he
that.
was.
All of them were claiming that they were drugged though. But like all of the allegations going against Morgan Freeman, it all sounds like a dude just making inappropriate comment. If you interpret it as inappropriate, and here's the thing: first and foremost, back to the train shit, man. Anybody ever seen train groping porn? Anybody ever seen that?
No.
I've heard of it, unfortunately.
Yo, shit is fire. I'm not gonna lie. I like.
What is
It's
it
really
exactly?
weird.
Basically, it's exactly how you describe, where it's
Someone
very
being on a
crowded.
train and just-
The girl, she bumps into a dude. You start spilling her up.
Yeah,
But-
it's a real
That's
thing.
all.
People
it's
are
a
just
list.
straight up
Well,
sick. Like, people
that's
are
my-
straight up-
that's
whatever helps them sleep at night, and I don't feel like that's sanitized at all. But anyways, we're all animals, so
And I
we
think we
do
all can agree
unsanitized
there
things.
was no consent there. He
Well,
was just doing what he wanted to do.
You talking about in the porn?
Yes.
I mean, it was consent in the porn. I mean, it's all
I
consent.
mean, you said
it's
the
fantasy.
train groping porn, though.
Yeah, it's
And
like
then train groping porn, I mean, it's literally just very... I don't understand how you can get off watching a woman or a group
Sorry
of
to
women.
the audience,
Yeah.
but you're just
I
a
don't-
straight up sick fuck. I'm sorry.
I don't know,
what's
man.
wrong
Hey.
with you.
I'm not
Look,
gonna lie.
there's a lot
Like
of-
the type of porn I like. I don't know. I kind of like the porn where it's like the man is. Oh shit, this is gonna come off wrong the way I don't
There's
say it.
no
But
judgment,
the way-
no
I
condemnation
like,
here, brother.
I like what it's set up where he's taking advantage of circumstances, and I know how that could come off at first. But listen, look at it like this, okay? Like a girl has to pay the rent, but she's just a few $100s short, He goes up to the rent owner, and then she's like, okay, well, you know what you're gonna have to do for this, you know, for me to let this slide.
I need some head.
Okay,
$100.
I like shit like that, or get this passing grade.
So
or,
do you have a
But
like,
that's still
what's
consent.
that? Quid pro quo? What's that?
quid
Quid
pro quo.
Yeah, quid pro ho. Yeah.
Oh, quid pro ho?
Yeah.
Okay. There she go.
Well.
But those fantasies that is captured on film, some people, you know, think it's real life.
Yeah.
They can't.
They don't know how to separate it.
Exactly.
I know
And they
the
all
fans-
have control issues on one level or another.
And that's the issue. I mean,
Because
I
that's
like,
a control issue of, I can have you stay here if you give me this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But then
that's
in real life,
exactly
you're
what
like-
real
Sex
life
is
it
a drug.
how, there we go, power dynamic.
Yeah.
And that's what I like
It's
to
all
phrase it
power.
that way better.
Power dynamic.
And
Power
people don't
dynamic
realize
point.
I highly believe sex is a drug. And it can be abuse, and it doesn't. And most people, it usually don't use the right state of mind.
Right.
Once you're
Which
under-
is why it is a drug, but I don't believe sex is a drug at all. I think that almost everything in this world, in this life, is by choice. I can choose to be addicted to certain substances if I continue to put it into my body, put it into my psyche, make it a part of my daily living, to where I've now created a dependency on this thing. You can put sex in that bucket. People put cocaine,
You
weed,
can put anything
alcohol,
in that bucket. Working out.
looking at kids, like they just create. And I'm not condoning or
Of course not, man. We don't
any of this stuff,
No.
right?
Fuck R.
But
Kelly,
it's-
by the
yeah,
way.
it's
Just let that be known. Fuck R. Kelly.
bastard.
Man, he made I Believe I Can Fly.
Man, fuck that
But
nigga.
he
That's
was
Space
picking
Jam.
on kids. You can't pee on children.
Like I was
Man,
saying this, like, you know, his new album, Black Panties. That's his newest album. I
when he
said this
dropped
on.
that,
I said
that's
it was
a while
a
back,
couple
huh?
years ago,
Yeah.
but I said this on the show. I was just like,
panties,
that's
unicorn
exactly
panties.
princess, yo, princess. You fucking feel me? Okay, that's exactly what I was saying.
Bubble guppy panties, like
Underage
panties.
But yo, back to Freeman though. Back to Freeman. This is the whole point I think I want us to all get at. Okay, let me read something that he said. Basically, he started off with, "Hey, I did not assault women. You know, let that be known." Then he goes on to say, "All victims of assault and harassment deserve to be heard, and we need to listen to them. But it's not right to equate horrific incidences of sexual assault with misplaced compliments of humor." And this is what I'm saying, man.
Well said.
Why is it that people? It's like it's mostly white women. Let's just put that out there, okay? That are doing this shit, that take it to this extreme.
And I will
It's
talk
like
about why that is later.
They think that just because a man says something that makes you feel uncomfortable or creates an awkward atmosphere means you being assaulted. No,
It's not.
You
so
can
it's
be-
not-
It's an esteem issue.
Especially in
It's an esteem
Hollywood,
issue.
where I mean, you're acting, and a lot of these movies are inappropriate, but we laugh and we get entertained by crude humor.
Yeah.
So then when it comes out and it comes out in a, I guess, off-camera way, you're like, oh wow, this was inappropriate. But
because they're not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. These are white female Americans, right, that are coming out. How many black female Americans would be able to say have the same conversation?
Seriously,
And
I
it
thought-
should be that we can say the same thing, and that we've had the same exact experience. But I guarantee you, 10 o'clock news is not going to show our story the same. It's going to show us coming out of the slums, having hard childhoods, having absentee parents, etc. It's not going to show Alice that was in the same exact, her daddy wasn't around. She grew up in the hood. She probably did a couple of lines of coke before she even got to the studio and got touched on. But Alice is not going to be treated the same way as Shaniqua.
It's just like Malcolm said, okay? The most disrespected woman in America, or disrespected person in America, is the black woman.
Yes,
I
correct.
totally agree with that, no doubt.
Because
I lived in a bubble, so.
Well, I mean, even if whether you're in a bubble or
Eric, you live in
not,
that bubble.
we can all know Dr. Body, shit, if you want to call yourself, that
I got a doctor.
that there are certain lines and certain things that black women can do, white women can do,
I'll just
black
put
men
this out
can do,
here.
and white man can do.
Yeah.
I'll just put this out
Period.
here. White women tears are like the most treasured, the most prioritized.
Right.
I
They
was
are the
told I don't
highest.
care.
They are the highest urgency, and and I hate to just say it like that, but anytime a white woman starts crying, it's a code 10.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Bring in the army.
I
bring
can actually
in,
agree with that
whatever.
one.
Right.
And
I worked in customer service.
I'm scared of a crying white woman.
I'm scared. I'm scared of an angry white woman in customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna go. She's gonna go to another level.
Oh.
That's all they do.
They call it the bitch fit. And I'm sending the email to the CEO. I'm sending the email to
Right
the
now.
board. And my uncle works for the government, so we're coming for you. And it's just like, fuck
They never
y'all.
ever talk
Fuck.
about their own accolades because they never really
They don't
have to
have
that
any.
many.
They don't have to have any accolades
Homemaker?
because they get to.
That's an accolade.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an accolade. And homemaking is not an easy job. Don't get me wrong, and I take nothing away from the homemaker.
Shout out to the stay-at-home wives too.
Shout out to the stay-at-home parents. So we take nothing from that, but then just because that's your accolade, it doesn't get to mean that you demean mine.
Yeah.
Just because I have to work 2 jobs, support my family. I'm a single woman, no kids, no man. Hey y'all, hey.
And you can find our profile on blackpeoplemeet.com.
You tried it.
Christian
deleted
Mingles
that.
here.
Don't have that. Got
Hey,
off
I got
match.
one.
It's
I
cool.
self
Black Planet
promote
still
myself.
exists?
Mine is out there still somewhere floating in the atmosphere.
Where they at? Cell phones
seriously.
817. Never mind.
Stop it. Okay, but seriously, like, with that being the case, even like when they made this thing, going back to the example, well, not example of, I'll still call him Dr. Cosby. When that whole situation came out, there were several hundred women, white women, that said, yes, it happened to me too. The moment that Beverly Johnson said something, not only was it questioned, but then she was outed by the black community. Oh, well, you're a sister. Why would you do that to him?
Yeah.
Her experience was no different than these others, and the validity of her experience shouldn't have been any different. But because she was a black woman and this was a black man, now she has to support this black man that has violated her.
Yeah.
And try to still keep her own self-dignity in the process. Whereas Miss Susan or Sandra with the bad potato salad, she can say what the fuck she wants and do what the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
She could have been a stripper and probably helped him get the coke or helped him get the drugs to drug these other women.
Yeah.
And now she says, oh, it was me too. And everyone was like, oh, we're so sorry, Sandra.
I'm sorry. I have
I'm so sorry.
I'm still struggling with Dr. Bill Cosby. That whole
was
situation.
too much.
It was very disheartening.
Very.
And I'm a woman's woman. I'll put that out there. I have all sisters. I'm a woman's woman.
Uh-huh.
But it was like, shouldn't there be a statute of limitation at some point? Or was it a part of the culture? Was everybody doing drugs? I mean, I'm not condoning any of the behavior, but it's just like, if Bill Cosby was able to do these things to all of these different women, what were white men doing at the time that were equally as, powerful as he was, So I just,
Larry
I feel
King.
I mean, I did see, like, I did.
What's his name? Letterman, Mr.
David
Letterman,
Letterman,
David Letterman was doing
and it's
it.
just like,
Weinstein's coming
I mean,
out.
I
still think they're taking him through the ringer.
They
At the end of the day, I
because
really
he is
do
a
feel
black
that way.
man. He's
Do
an
you
educated,
believe
rich black man. He was not going to be able to win.
And what he
I
did
mean-
was wrong, definitely. But do y'all believe they should have stripped away his accolades too?
No, he earned that.
No, I don't think so.
His
It's
accolades
a fine
don't
line.
speak to his character. His accolades were based on his work.
Yeah.
Body
That's
of work.
exactly why I
His body
say,
of work was built on these things.
and that's why I say
And
Bill's
that's what-
actions don't influence. I say don't impact Dr. Huxtable's contribution.
Right.
I separate the two.
Yeah.
Because people are like, I don't fuck with the Cosby Show anymore. No, don't get it fucked up, okay?
Yeah.
The Cosby Show was instrumental in the black community.
He is an
as far
actor.
as
He's
entertainment.
meant to do that.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was freaking
Ugh.
walking around drinking tiger blood and all kinds of bullshit. I bet you did. How long did they pull out Two
Yeah.
and a Half Men?
Yeah.
And they
Word.
all still getting checks.
Hell yeah.
And he's still winning.
And I was saying too with the whole
That's his
Cosby thing,
that's
there's a
his whole
difference between
statement.
there's a difference between drugging somebody and like there's a difference between offering somebody drugs and drugging somebody.
There's a difference.
But as far as what Cosby goes, his conviction, I'll say this, man, the nigga essentially got away with it. I mean, he got caught at what, 80, 88, 90?
Well, I mean, but that's the
100
thing. He wouldn't
years
have got
old?
caught.
He's legally blind.
How many years does Cosby have left?
It's
For real
been-
talk.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, why?
That man lived his life.
He has lived
He
his
lived a
life.
full ass life. He got away with it.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for your stupid dog over there. Scooby
Like, but that's the thing. Like, how right is it that you technically got away with it? Like, nothing we do under the sun goes unpunished. I truly believe that. When you do wrong, whether you get it today, tomorrow, and a year from now, and even if you don't get it and your kids end up getting it, it always comes back.
Word.
And it is very unfortunate that it went down the way that it did. But if he did those things, which at this point you can't say if, he did those things, he should pay for them.
Absolutely.
If you do something wrong, you should pay for it. Now there should definitely be better alignment of how you pay for your crimes. Like, don't pull me over and kill me in front of my kid because I'm not moving quick enough for you, versus shooting up a whole freaking school and, hey, we're just gonna put you in handcuffs and it's okay because you're 17 and we know you're in a troubled life.
mentally ill.
Fuck that shit.
Okay.
I was mentally ill and I didn't know what you confused me when I was trying to get pulled over and get to my wallet, and now I'm dead. Now my family has to figure out how to bury me because I didn't have life insurance. That's bullshit.
Hell yeah.
Make the lines straight and even for all.
Because I had to
That's
check.
all I asked for. Make the lines straight and even for all.
I hear you. Because I had to check this little boy one time because he tried to pull a rubber band at me, acting like he was gonna shoot it or some shit. And then when I got onto him and I took him outside, he started crying just by me talking to him. And then I told him, you know what the kid told me? He was like, "Oh, mister, I have anger issues." You know what I said? I was like, kid, you think the cops give a damn about your anger issues? Okay, they will put 10 warning shots in your back. Let them know you have anger issues. You better get that shit under control. All right, Santa Fe.
This is true.
Yo, Santa Fe.
Wow.
Deanna, what y'all think?
Pearl.
Very tragic. Very tragic.
Sadie Brook. Name her.
Indiana.
White.
No.
I mean,
There's a trend there. There is a trend.
I really hate to say this, and I don't mean any maliciousness by this,
Uh-huh.
but I really don't think, and I'm not wishing it, I'm not speaking anything to existence, I just want to pretense it with this, but I really don't think they'll get it until whenever they go to one of these gun conferences or whatever, someone goes in there and opens fire. I think that's when they'll actually get that these are guns are not man's friend.
The NRA had a conference here in Dallas about a month ago, and Trump actually came. And the funny thing, in the NRA conference, there was no guns allowed. Interesting.
That is so funny.
National Rifle Association, if people don't know what the NRA stands for.
No guns allowed.
So why do y'all think this shit keeps happening? Okay, like there's the boom of school shootings, as it has increased over the years.
We have leadership that has told the people of the United States, hey, we want to get the bad guy. Who's the bad guy? People that don't look like you and me.
Exactly.
You and me, if I'm the leader of the quote, quote, free world, is a white Caucasian male. White man. Protect you, protect your family. What do their families look like? White people. So their enemy is going to be anything that is not white.
Exactly. Because you go to all these schools,
So you go to these schools and they have these ideas of, oh, well, I have to protect my family from all these others. But
you have to understand, a lot of these people are not fully mentally developed.
They're
so
kids.
They don't really know how to decipher what is real and what's animated or whatever.
These motherfuckers trying to get a fucking kill streak, like it's Call of Duty or some shit.
That's the crazy thing. They're not mentally developed, but they're developed enough to hold a gun and kill people.
Well,
that's the concern.
It doesn't take. Think about how when you go even if you go to the Dollar Tree right now, you will find a Dollar Tree gun.
Yeah.
I mean, we were looking on Amazon the other day, and you can literally order a gun next day on Amazon.
I can go on my phone and get a $60 gun with bullets for $100
to your front door.
To my front door tomorrow morning.
Next day shipping.
They're not checking if I have mental issues, if I'm on any medication that may, distract my thinking, my cognitive thinking, my ability to reason. There are no checks like that, and at the end of the day, so you guys are very aware, it has always been a money game.
Absolutely.
It's always been a money game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as long as we don't and when I say we, I say the non-white people, if we continue to not educate ourselves, to not arm ourselves with not only the law, knowledge of each other, as well as our enemy, even though that's not the case, we will always be on the we'll always be on the other end of the gun instead of holding it.
Absolutely. And here's the thing too, you go to any of the predominantly minority schools, metal detectors everywhere. When I was in high school, I went to Skyline in Dallas, for those of you who are familiar. 8 metal detectors going in, okay? Nothing but black and Hispanic kids. But you go to the whitest of white schools, not a single metal detector in sight, and that's where the shit be happening.
That's where they're shooting it up.
Okay.
You know why? Because they think it's safe enough to do so, and they don't create it's not an atmosphere created of fear for these people. You can go in anywhere. I went to the movies one time and I was so shocked. I thought they were shooting up the movie theater. Don't know what's going on. It's
crazy.
You know what the solution to this is? Okay,
fuck some guns and shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Blow them up. Fuck it.
Not that.
Maybe not that, but I'm just saying, like, you think about, okay, so I got a statistic while I was at work. I worked for an airline, so, we get to...
Sorry, hold on one second. And then you good, man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we good. We don't need the light.
They won't let the light shine, but it's cool. We're in here.
We good.
So I was talking to a coworker, and they mentioned to me that the continent/country of... Australia, they have had maybe 3 mass shootings in the last 20 years, and it was a total body count of not even 10 people, maybe a dozen. Like 12 out of 3 shootings. And it only took those couple of incidents for them to shut all guns down. In the UK currently, they have very strict gun laws. They still have gun issues like any country would, because
they got a lot of stabbings out there.
They have a lot of stabbings as a result of that. They'll run people over. It's the stabbing, like the incidents are real. But if you were to stab someone, it takes a lot to cut through a bad state.
Gotta be real close.
So you gotta really be after this person to really take him down with a knife. If you can count the amount of children that the U.S. has had to bury as a result of gun violence in schools in the last year. Not even the last year. Count up until since January. It should have been enough to say, even if we can't protect ourselves, even if we're not going to protect the hood, because the hood likes to kill each other, right? The idea is people black people will kill each other. So
black on black crime.
Black and black crime is the problem. They'll clean each other up. But now they're coming into neighborhoods. Now they're coming to your children's schools. Now they're coming into your churches where you worship with the guns. And you still don't feel like it's a problem. Then you're a part of the problem.
Oh, for sure.
So do you think the solution is to
what is the solution? We present the problem.
No, the problem. We know what the problem is, but the solution would be either put your money where your mouth is. If you're going to have everyone to have a gun, be responsible. Make sure that you're doing the due diligence to background check these people, which is going to cost you about $50, as well as to license these people to make sure that they are actually, they know what they're doing with a gun. To take a human life is not a small thing to do. And parents, it shouldn't be a small thing to do, but for whatever reason, it's been put in these children's minds that they can do as they please. So do the due diligence, pay the money to get the licensing, to get the background checks, to make sure that these people are eligible. Put your police officers in a space where they can do these checks without having to be scared for their lives every time they pull somebody over.
And the
saying that you're going to have them walk around open weapons just makes a field day. Now I know you have a gun and I don't. So if I don't know how to secure myself from you, you can kill me and I'm just going to have to be dead.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm not against that I am against the whole just banning guns in general.
Banning guns in general is never going
to put some more regulation on it. I think that, maybe we could get to a point where, like, within a certain zip code or area, there's X amount of guns, but after we reach that limit, we just reach it. I think some guns should not even be able to be purchased. I know some people bring up the whole hunting thing. Some people like to hunt. So maybe there might be, a location.
Cops hunting niggas. That's what's hard right now.
But if we're talking about wildlife or whatever you want to call it, maybe there might, there's a season for that. There's deer season, hunting season, whatever. And you can just rent those type of rifles for that hunting period and return it. But as far as people having and housing these guns and this large artillery for, a long amount. It's just not. I just don't
It's
think
not
that's
necessary.
appropriate.
But
It's
as
not
far as the
appropriate
amendments are concerned, the Second Amendment is the right to carry arms.
And,
I'm totally
Texas
for
I'm
it.
not taking away
I'm
the
totally
arms.
for it.
We're not
But
that.
Texas got the whole, open carry.
Open
Yeah.
carry.
Here's the thing,
concealed
parents.
weapon.
Parents, first off, parents need to. If you know your kid is off, okay? If you seriously, if you know
How
your
would you know your
kid
kid is off
is
if
crazy
you're
as
off?
fuck.
How would you know your kid is off?
That's true.
Okay.
And,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
there's a lot of mental.
I've never thought about that.
And there's a lot of mental disorder in this country that these issues haven't been resolved. And one of the facts here that I pulled up that was very disturbing. So right now, the school shootings, more people have died from the school shootings than active military this year.
Yeah.
And the military is active in combat, and militaries have died this
Crazy
year,
fight.
which is very disappointing and disheartening. I mean, just the institution of families is separating. So how can parents talk to their kids if they don't know them? And shooting and killing I don't think it's a behavior you're born with, but it's a learned behavior. So they had to learn it.
Say that one more time.
The whole shooting and killing another human being is a learned behavior.
Yeah,
it's not something
I agree.
they just came up. Oh, in my head, I'm just gonna be a mass killer. It's mental disorder. They're expressing themselves, but they're expressing themselves the wrong way. They feel like they can't talk to nobody, so they go out and do a mass shooting
No, they
and
don't.
be
They don't always
a
start
martyr.
there. They didn't start
I'm
there.
gonna
They started
piggyback
with Call of Duty at home.
That's
They
what I
bought
was
for
gonna
Christmas.
say. So do
They
you think
started
that we
with-
should restrict in terms of games? I'm not a big gamer,
No,
but in
this
terms
is
of
true.
games or
This is
cartoons
true.
or
Not
any
even
of that stuff.
somewhere.
Yeah, this is
Because
true.
they're
They tried that
feeding
already.
them.
That's why we have ratings on games. That's why we throw a rated R in these movies. But they're going to be
going to
exposed
be
to that
this
regardless.
exposure, so
They're
then-
going to be
so
exposed to that
here's the-
regardless.
here's the thing,
and it's
though,
more
like-
accessible now. We got the internet. Back in the days, I would love to see a rated R movie when I was young. I'm like, okay, my dad's watching it at nighttime. Okay, let me slip and go see it. But now it's more accessible where
You can
my
upload it to your
niece
phone.
she's 3 years old. She gets on YouTube herself and she know what videos she want to see. So I can YouTube it or get on the internet at whatever tender age it is, and it's now programmed in my mind.
The thing is, it shouldn't be based on age. It's really based on maturity. Like, hell, if I had kids, I'd probably let my 7-year-old play a shooting game sooner than I would let my 12-year-old, just because of the maturity difference. I think that it's not about age.
disagree with
It's
that.
not about age. It's maturity.
I
If my
disagree with
If my
that.
7-year-old has a firm grip, if I trust they have a firm grip
How
on
would you
reality,
measure that though?
How would you measure that?
How would you measure your 7-year-old more mature than your 12-year-old?
Listen to them talk. Listen to them talk. Ask them questions about, see if they have a firm grip on life and death. Do they really understand what it means to take a life? Do they really understand what it
No.
means?
But
Do they
I
listen?
disagree.
Listen. Do they really understand what it means that a gun is not a toy? Because we were all little kids. We would do little gun noise, like pew, 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 and all that retarded shit. Not actually visualizing that, hey, we're taking lives. We'll see that shit on TV when we were little kids,
But
and we
you
see
know
somebody
what?
just spraying the block. We think that's cool.
I feel like that's a big nugget to chew for anyone, because I will say, even as adults, do we get that?
Exactly.
It's literally life. Like, people go out, get fucked up, get turned up, drink, and then what if you die from alcohol poisoning? Like, people
Not
don't
even
really
that, getting behind a wheel.
Well, that's the
crash
thing.
or die,
It's
whatever.
maturity.
So I think, not even maturity, because I know
your judgment's impaired.
Exactly. So I would just say.
But the thing is, you made a conscientious choice to get fucked up.
But even
But we're
politicians,
talking
there's
about the
many
value
people
of
who
life overall. I think as adults, we're even grappling with that concept. So to put that onus onto a child, I think that's just taking
that's
away.
too much responsibility.
The problem
Absolutely.
is, this is the parents' fault 100%. Okay, parents, you need to know your fucking kids. If you know your kid is fucking crazy, why the fuck do you have?
They don't
why
know.
Do you,
The
why do
That's
you
what
have
I'm
guns?
saying.
Why
The
do you
don't
parent
know.
doesn't know,
And-
or half the time the damn parents is
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you
Why
got
do
a
you-
government that is supporting the parents' behaviors or the parents' ideals. So it's just and it's sometimes you unconsciously teach things and you don't even realize that you're doing those things. So for instance, my nephew, he's 3 years old, and I'll do things or just whatever, just getting ready in the day. He's a male child.
Yeah.
So one time I looked over there and I saw him with a brush going over his face and doing things on his face. So I unconsciously taught him how to apply foundation powder
there you
to
go.
his face. Now, am I saying, okay, now you go be a transsexual and dress like. No, I'm not saying that.
he's just
but what I'm saying,
you
you just see behaviors, and sometimes you internalize them, and sometimes you don't. But
So
what
what
is the answer to that?
To add to that, Princess, your comment. So you just unconsciously taught him a behavior of that's
Exactly.
effeminate. Now,
Exactly.
but if you don't go and correct that, if you don't tell him it's wrong and repeatedly, then he's not gonna think it's wrong.
Exactly. He's gonna
Well,
think
here's
it's
the
normal.
normal, like-
It's normal.
Here's where
Yeah.
shit get a little fucky, okay? So because
Point of correction.
you
It's
said
not that it's
which,
wrong.
I was just about to. Oh, I got this, Queen.
Go ahead.
Okay, you were about to say that it's wrong
For a
I'm
male
not-
to do that.
in your opinion, okay? Because a lot of people disagree. Here's
No.
what I would say though. I see the shit about like.
No,
I see,
it is wrong.
Well, that's y'all's opinion. Here's
No,
the
it
thing.
is no opinion.
Here's the thing.
A child should not be a male child should not be
In
wearing
your
powder foundation.
Opinion. Here's what I say
It is
though.
a fact.
With Barbie dolls, boys playing with Barbie dolls. What I would do is, because I see all these videos of moms, dads letting their sons play with Barbie dolls. I'm like, oh, he's experimenting. I'm letting him be him. But here's the thing. I'm gonna let him know what the social gender expectations are. Like, hey, like boys typically don't play with Barbies. They play with fucking Hulk hands or boxing gloves or some shit like that. Now, if your kid chooses, if your boy chooses, I don't fuck with that. Let me get that Fenty. Let me fuck with that Fenty makeup.
But just like she said, the behavior was learned because he's seen that.
Exactly.
But you gotta foster that environment for that child to choose
That's
that.
where I was going with that.
But then that's like saying
and
that
the thing
every
about
gay
it is,
kid-
it has nothing to do with gay
It's
kids.
about
but
the environment.
And that's like saying if you have a son that wants to play with Barbies, what is he doing with the Barbie? I'm not trying to be graphic, but is he
I took the
opening
clothes
up
off.
the
That's
legs
what I
and
did.
trying to see the anatomy of the Barbie?
That's what I did.
Is he trying to admire a woman's body, or is he wanting to be like the Barbie?
Kids are fueled by curiosity.
Those
Yeah.
are
They're
two
fueled by
different
that.
things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
as any man eventually should be curious of a woman's anatomy. So
Yeah.
I would say that's not really a homosexual behavior, or that's not leading to a homosexual behavior.
I agree with
And
you
we
on
gotta
that.
realize, like, little kids, even at the age of 1, 2, 3, they know they know right from wrong.
Right.
So if you notice,
Because
like,
they have a conscience.
they have a conscience. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing though.
And
How?
before you even tell them, they know
slow
right from
down.
wrong.
How do they get a conscience?
It's just
It's
something
innate.
that
No, it's not. It's not innate.
It
It's
is.
not. It's not
It
innate.
is.
It's
It
not.
is. There- that-
Conscience
the
conscience comes with the
is
soul.
learned.
It is
No,
not.
Here's
It
the
is
thing.
not.
Here's a
It's
question I
not.
want to
I
kick
don't
at
think
you.
it's learned.
Here's a question I want to kick at
Because
you.
there are some, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just have to say, racism and bigotry is taught. Children will play with children. Period, point blank. So that is their conscience their childlike pure conscience wanting to interact with that other race or that other child, or
Your
just have
parents-
a pure experience.
Your parents are your conscience in the beginning. Your parents
they are to a certain
your parents
extent.
are what
It's the environment.
eventually,
Your
as you
environment.
grow older, your mind
you grow older.
listen, your mind is going to expand, and you're going to be able to make decisions based off of past experience.
Right.
Hey, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't do that. But where's the foundation come from? The parents. Now I do say this though, and this is to reference to the school shooters. I've always said, man, some toys come out the factory broken. Okay,
Yikes.
I believe that some kids just come out fucked up, and there's nothing you can do. We can always
Because
blame
of their
we
environment.
could always talk about the home,
Because
the
of
parents.
their
The
environment.
parents can
It's
be
all
too
about the
middle.
environment.
The parents can be too middle class.
It's all about the environment
stable.
and the exposure.
No, but still, you
and
can have the
discipline.
perfect environment.
It's the
But
discipline behind it.
there is no perfect environment.
You're right, but
Every environment is imperfect.
there's challenges, yes, but
Yes.
you can have parents who clearly mean well, who have stable jobs or in a stable house,
Meaning
a good neighborhood. They make a conscientious effort to reach out to their kids, but the kids are still fucked up. Okay, like there's just nothing you can do.
There needs
but
to
here's
be
what-
a place of fear in the home. I strongly believe that here, because without that fear, that sense of I don't want to get in trouble or do this because my mama or my daddy or whoever, my supervisor, is going to be up my ass.
You need a
There has
checkpoint.
to
You
be
do.
a sense of order in the home. Okay, it's just like going to work. You know,
Yeah.
you have to respect your even if I don't like my boss, I have to respect his
How do you
position.
learn
Right.
that?
That thing is fear.
lesson
You have to.
The lesson comes as you grow. If you have kids that just don't listen, don't obey, everyone answers
That comes
to
from the
someone.
home.
So I have two
Everyone
questions back to
answers
back.
to somebody.
First question: Do y'all
Okay.
think that do you think people are born good? Essentially,
Yes.
You do,
Yes.
Nana?
Pass.
Well,
People are born good.
Well, I totally disagree. I think people, and this might sound a little throw, but my theory is I think people are born evil, and we're taught to be good. That's what I think. People are born evil. Think about it this way. Perfect example.
Now I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Perfect example.
I can agree with you to a certain extent because, and I'm just gonna give a little bit of a religious spin. We are all born sinners. We are all born into sin.
Yes.
This is something that is just in us, and God came, or Jesus Christ came, so that we may be sinless, right? And He took all of that burden off of us. But once He did that, we were no longer bad people. We had a Redeemer that we could constantly, look back to and be redeemed from our natural, our fleshy behavior.
If you want to go the religious route, eventually you're going to have to come to a point in time where you find Jesus. You have to seek Him out, and then you have to repent, you have to. So I'm saying, as far as just from birth, straight out the womb.
Yes.
Okay, I think people are inherently evil.
Okay, so no,
because think about kids.
This is what I'll say.
Hold up. Look at the average kid. Look at the average newborn to fucking 5, 6 years old.
What kind of kids do you
No,
be
listen. Listen, look at this. Kids are self-centered as fuck.
Because it's the environment. Once again, when you're a kid, guess what is on your conscience? You yourself, because everybody is always coming up to you. Oh, you're so cute. Babies get attention. So you're used to getting that uninterrupted attention. When you're a baby, you're held, you're gripped, and the only way, the form of communication you know from is laughter and crying. Okay, so those are the form of communications that you have to communicate with each other. So when you get older,
school shooters didn't get what Nana Maya just said. Like, they didn't get none of that holding, that groping, that laughing.
They possibly
got it. That's a big assumption.
But they possibly got it. But you know what I learned about people? We don't know how to deal with rejection. All right.
I know how to deal with rejection.
Okay, you know how to deal with rejection.
People, I feel, know how to deal with rejection.
Okay, I can't speak to all black people,
let's not act like these school shootings aren't tied into white privilege. Okay,
but some people just don't know how to deal with rejection, and we're not taught about that rejection. Like, we're always taught, like, hey, give your relentless effort, and everything will work out your way. You're just best everything. So once you hit that roadblock, and somebody or something or a project or something didn't go your way, and that rejection come with it, how do you deal with that?
Yeah.
So, and answer to the question, you said people are born evil. I disagree with that, because I think people are born to love, because that's a natural.
You have to be taught to love.
I believe.
I think you're born to want to be.
No, that's a natural behavior, because if you think about as a baby, when they're baby, they're closer to their mom, right? And they want to be breastfeed, they want to be held, and they go to the recipient of the person who's giving them that love. So you're taught to love.
Here's
okay,
what it is.
but you're taught. You're not taught to love. Love is gay, but hate is a learned response.
Listen, what you
hate
just said.
is a learned response.
The kid going up to the mom, the baby, the baby craving the mother's attention and warmth and all that. You call it love. I call it a parasitic relationship. Think about it. The kid.
Where's your mom?
I'm breaking it down.
Hey, give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Bring it in.
I love my mama. I love my mama, but you know what? I learned to do that.
Are you a parasite?
No, but having a parasitic relationship and a parasite are two different things, Queen.
I'm just saying.
Do you know what a parasitic relationship is?
I do, but I'm just
go ahead and elaborate for our viewers, though.
Okay, so the relationship is a parasitic relationship is when one is getting something from the other without getting anything in return.
And that's why I asked you, are you a parasite?
Babies need the mom for survival.
They
need the mom's warmth. They need the mom's food. I'm gonna ask you one
question. What makes you think that they are not serving a purpose to the mother? What makes you think that the mother's not getting something from the baby?
That the mother's not getting something from the baby?
Yes. How do you know they're not being fulfilled by having that relationship with that needing relationship?
Is true.
Okay. Come on, I got you.
How do you know that?
Hey, this is why I want a princess on the show.
That's what I'm just trying to say.
But we gotta get to the nitty-gritty, though.
It's always a two-way street. You can't just say, "Oh, well, you're breastfeeding the child." Like that is. Have you ever talked to a barren woman before? All she ever wanted was a child. That fulfills her whole entire. And even in an African community, if you're a woman and you're barren, you're nothing to the husband, and most times to the husband's family. So you can't just say "Oh, it's a parasitic relationship. It's a two-way street. The mother is just as happy
but what you're
as
doing
the baby is.
So it may not be by definition, I'll give you that one. It may not be a parasitic relationship. However, I don't believe that it's truly love because the baby doesn't know what love is. It's a more of a need than a love. Okay, I need to breathe air. I need to live.
So then how do we learn to love them?
We're taught. We're taught by people around us. If you if you happen to grow up in a stable family, okay, with a mom and dad, and if it's not mom and dad aren't together, if you're around family that love each other, look out for each other, you're taught how to share, you're taught how to sacrifice, you're taught all this shit.
Not necessarily.
That is all learned.
So what does love look like?
Why do you think it's like a common stereotype that only children are spoiled and selfish? It's because most of the time they don't have many ways to learn that the world is bigger than them, that their needs aren't the center of the universe. That has to be taught. Not born.
It has to be taught.
So it all has to be taught. Having a conscience, that has to be taught. Now your conscience can your conscience can expand on its own, and you could be able to make decisions what's good and bad.
Babies know wrong for right.
No,
they already know.
No, they don't, bro.
Yes, they do. They already know wrong for right. You can look them in the eyes, and they're about to do something, and they don't do it in front of you.
What age are you looking at?
Because
when you're telling me this, I'm picturing like a 2 or 3 year old. By that time, I'm assuming the kid probably got patted down, got the hand slapped for doing something. Somehow they were ingrained or told not to do something.
I feel like you're discounting the cognitive ability of a child because my thing is like, so just because you're popped, how do you know that you did something wrong?
Just because you're popped, how do you know you did something wrong?
As a child, we're talking about conscious whatever.
It's trial and error, okay? If I draw on the wall and and this actually happened, if I draw on the wall and every time I draw on the wall, I get popped, I'll stop drawing on the wall because I know that's not the move.
But what's the difference between drawing on the wall and getting popped or playing a sport and doing a good job and getting popped on the butt? Like, good job, buddy. So what's the difference?
Here's the thing, though. You're comparing, I'm assuming, like an adolescent versus...
No. Okay. There's 2 or 3 year olds that play sports.
There's two that... I haven't seen 3 year olds getting pat on the butt. I haven't seen it. I hope. Shit.
I'm just saying, good game, good game. No, we don't need to do a pedophile segment.
I was about to say, let's shut this shit down now.
Like, next episode of the Problematic Safe Place.
High five, buddy. I've seen high five, buddy. Good job on the butt. I've seen it before, and I don't see anything.
3 year olds.
Yes, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Hey, man, this is. You throwing that? I ain't seen that shit.
It does come to the environment.
Since I was fucking 4. I haven't seen that shit. Nobody patted me on that.
Grown men pat each other on the butt
perfect example.
all the time.
Perfect
example. I mean, the playoffs are on right now. I'm sure you'll see it.
Hey, perfect example of this, how I know it's wrong, because ever since I was a little kid, my mama always said, if somebody touched you there, that's wrong.
Okay.
So that's taught me, if somebody touched my ass.
Has a man ever I
played sports growing up, and there was a lot of touching in the ass, pats on the ass, and
did you ever think they were sexual, or were they? Or they weren't?
Absolutely not. Exactly. I was in a locker room, and no homo. Everybody's getting naked,
But see, here's the thing, though. You grew up, like, you're able to come up with your own conclusions, your own. But I'm saying, as a child, you don't know. You have to be taught what is inappropriate behavior. You can't learn that on your own.
Even as an adult, we still learn what's appropriate and inappropriate. Even day to day, we learn what's appropriate and inappropriate.
So tell me this: if you just popped the kid straight out the pussy, right, and you threw him in a cave, okay, no interaction with anybody outside of that cave. Okay, the only thing that they're getting is food and water. They're getting shown. They're getting things to stay alive, but no human interaction whatsoever. Do you think that kid is going to have the same moral compass of what's good and what's bad like you?
No.
Do you think they're going to have that conscience?
I do.
You do?
I do.
To a point.
To a certain degree.
I disagree.
I do. Well, I think there's basic things a child will know without any type of human interaction. If you eat right here and you use the bathroom here, I don't think a child's going to constantly keep shitting where they eat.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think there are some cognitive things that let you know, hey, should do this, shouldn't do that. Now, there are some gray areas, but I do think overall there is a moral compass in everyone.
Absolutely.
In every single person.
Learned.
Birth.
It is learned.
It's not all learned.
Okay.
It's not all learned.
Because if it was learned, then there wouldn't be a wrong or a right. Right?
Wrong or right is all subjective. You know that, right?
Exactly.
It's all subjective.
Exactly.
But there's certain things that are definitely wrong. Taking someone's life is definitely wrong. Taking someone's life is definitely wrong.
Not God.
You.
Do you think it's right?
Do I think it's right?
Yes.
I do believe under certain circumstances, yes, it's acceptable to take a life. Okay, if somebody would have popped one of these crazy little, I'll say it again. Under certain situations, it is right to take a life. If somebody would have popped one of these little white boys who decided to bring a fucking AR-15 into the school and saved all these other kids from being murdered, I'd be all for it. Okay, so I don't stand by that. Yes,
I agree with that actually,
and I feel that black and white thinking.
One versus 200.
Now, you know,
I hate not to say that this is to say that one life is not valued, but there's probably a lot of value in 200 lives.
Yeah,
just as much as there is in that one.
So
but I'd rather sacrifice the one versus the 200.
I just want God to be God.
Amen.
Faith without, I mean, that's the cop out, man. That's a cop out, man. Okay, faith
that's
without
a good
works is
transition
dead.
to our next segue.
But hold up, last thing I want to end out. Okay, my solution though is stop these school shootings. My solution though is stop the school shootings. You know what it is, really?
What?
Stop fucking talking about them. Stop talking about them. That's the problem.
Yeah, okay. The media glorifies
because we stay on Santa Fe, we stay on Indiana, and while we know how much of a tragedy that all was, we know that. But I feel like because of Santa Fe and all of the traction that it got, and with social media the way it is, it's like when you're a fucked up kid and you're thinking of ways to like end it or take revenge. Yeah, it's like a lot of things are going in your head, and maybe what's stopping you is you think your idea is so far-fetched and not possible. When you actually see other crazy motherfuckers in the world carry this shit out, you're like, hey,
it's a manifesto.
You know, and we already in the age of clout chasing. Okay, so when they're seeing these kids who shoot up the school and they're being remembered, and they're like, oh, mental illness, like Nana saying, and all this other fuck shit. I'm like, they want to do it too.
This isn't new though.
So if I hear you correctly, you're saying that once you see things and you can manifest it on the inside of you, and it gives you more courage to do certain things.
I say I would probably never. I would say this. I probably would have never attempted a slam dunk until I saw somebody do it.
That sounds good. So kind of back to my initial point, because you kind of set me up a little bit. So
let's go. Let's go, princess.
So back to what we were saying about these games and all of these different things and these video games. I feel like if you're planting seeds through these games, you feel like you can do the same thing that your character on Grand Theft Auto is doing.
Yeah.
So I think there needs to be a lot of restriction there, because once you plant seeds, they will grow.
And here's the difference, okay? Certain kids that are already fucked. The problem is these kids who are shooting up these schools that also play these games are already fucked up in the head.
But you said it was a learned behavior, so they learned it from somewhere.
What I'm saying is, I also said certain toys come out the factory broken. Okay, so if you are a messed up kid and you're seeing these images of somebody shooting up an airport or shooting up a room full of people, you don't have the grip of reality to be like, yo, this is crazy. Because crazy doesn't know any limits.
I'm going to ask one question.
Okay.
It's just yes or no. We can move on.
Okay.
Does God make mistakes?
No.
Okay. So how do kids come out broken, or how does something come out broken?
See, that's a deeper conversation. Which we
got to
move on. But I'm just going to end it at this. God doesn't make mistakes, but God gave us free will. That's a whole nother topic, though.
But how does something come out of the factory broken in reference to a child?
How does something come out of the factory broken?
Yes.
Broken.
That was your statement.
Okay, so maybe Let me double back then. Let me double back. Does God make mistakes?
And on to the next segue. All right. Perfect. On to the next segue. Man. So I don't know if y'all recently seen this YouTube. Basically, a white girl came on stage with Kendrick Lamar, and she referenced the word nigga multiple times here.
Sounded so damn awkward saying it.
Yeah, and Kendrick Lamar is famous from letting people from the audience interact with him during his performance here.
As he should. He paid a lot of good money for those seats.
Yeah.
Interact.
So I want to ask, and has anybody seen that video? Everybody seen it?
Yes,
okay.
I have.
So basically, in the video, it was his song Mad City.
Okay.
And he referenced the N-word multiple times, and he let an audience member, a white Caucasian woman, come out there
bitch.
and
I'm saying that only to say what she
sing
did.
along with her, and she didn't reference it one time just by mistake, but it was multiple times. Like that word has.
This is what she does in the comfort of her home,
exactly,
so that's why she's doing
it.
And you know what pissed me off too? It wasn't so much that she said it. Even though I would have still called her a cave bitch for saying it, okay? But it was her response after that when he stopped the mic. When he hey, I'll put it this way, man. So that's a lot. I say I love white girls, man. White girls, man. I got love for y'all. Like everybody else. But there's two white girls and cave bitches, and this one was a cave bitch, okay? She said nigga, and then her response after they cut the music down and Kendrick asked her to address her statement, she was like, really? She was like, really, bro? I thought it was cool, bro.
Yeah,
like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Honestly, man,
So that part discredits you because you... Okay, my personal opinion. The song had the word nigga in it. She's singing a song as a white girl and it said nigga.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say the word nigga. It's the lyric in the song. Now, if you're addressing me as a nigga, that's gonna be a different conversation.
Nah, you can't say it. Period. In the song,
but that's the thing. People have made it appropriate. Will make it appropriate as they need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right when she got called out by Kendrick Lamar, she was like, "Oh, why are you doing this to me?"
Yeah, bro.
But it was
white
cool.
women tears, cute.
Exactly. Because if you had called me up, if I'm a black woman, are you gonna ask me the same question of why do you feel like it's comfortable for you to say that?
No,
probably not.
See, and I halfway agree with you. Okay.
Honestly, I think it was all in good fun. You know, because you really think
sell out.
So,
Nella, you sell out, motherfucker.
They taking Bill Cosby's
They using word. Yeah, they using word nigga from us. But honestly. So Kendrick Lamar is almost basically a political figure for the hip hop culture, right? All right.
I give that a chance more.
Okay, so these songs that they make, and then they go to a concert, and then he invites a white woman come on stage and interact with him. Let's be honest, like, is he selling out to these people, these experiences he's talking about, that he was in the hood and he was at-risk youth and he was probably below the poverty line? Are those kids gonna go see a show? You think they can afford to go see a show? I've been to a concert in California.
That has absolutely nothing to do with the problem.
Yes, it does. Because these are the people who are buying your concert.
Okay.
These are the people who are listening to your music
I'm not
that can afford that
and
go to your concert. You think these kids that the experience he's talking about, growing up in the hood and these at-risk youth and these people who are living below poverty line, can go to a show like that?
Why? Oh, I got you.
Can they afford a show like that?
I don't know their situations like that, but that has nothing to do with it.
The white people want to be emerge in the hip hop culture, and these white CEOs have found a way to monetize.
Okay.
Princess.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm the queen of the one question, so I'm gonna just let y'all know I got one question.
You got one question?
If you sitting in the car driving with your mother, are you gonna say bitch, bitch, bitch when the song comes on the radio? You know how to act in the presence of certain people. You're not going to be that comfortable to disrespect your mother. So in the same breath, if this woman is on stage, why are you so comfortable to disrespect yourself and this man that you claim to idolize?
But the thing is, he already disrespected himself when he used the word nigga in his.
I mean, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I don't believe that.
He invited that disrespect. He basically invited that disrespect.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
So if you have your mother in the car, you playing this music, are you inviting her to be disrespected? No.
But I might disrespect her unintentionally if I'm listening to that music in her presence.
I don't believe it. You are not finna say bitch or you listen to short bitch. But no, you're not finna be doing that.
But first, see, here's the thing, man. Shout out first. I know you're not doing it. Shout out to all the white people who understand. Who understand?
They understand it, but they might say it on their own in the private to comfort their home or friends.
But hold on, let me break it down for these colonizers and cave bitches who think it's okay, who thinks it's acceptable to say nigga in a room full of black people. Now look, I'm a reasonable guy. I'm very sensible. Okay, you could be chilling with your white friends somewhere in a private area, listening to some fucking Dr. Dre, listen to fucking nigga. Y'all can say it. That is totally on y'all. I'm not gonna act like I have the power to regulate that.
Right.
But here's the thing, man. Well, you're not a part of that social group in which that word, whatever derogatory word was used out of hate, okay, and persecuting people of this social group. If you can't identify,
let's not say social group, race.
I'm gonna say social group,
race.
No, in this case, we're talking race, but I'm breaking it down from not just black people. Take gay people, okay? Now look, there's certain words that I cannot say, okay, out of respect for the gay community. And by me saying I can't say, I can say it. Okay, but just
you wouldn't because of your level of respect for that group
exactly.
of people.
And freedom of speech, don't mean freedom of consequence.
Which takes me back to my original point that Alice can get away with certain shit that Shaquan is not going to.
Oh yeah.
Alice felt comfortable enough to be on stage and say all the shit she said.
Oh yeah.
We've made people feel comfortable with this shit. We've made them get in places and feel like they can take in everything we can, do everything we can. You can wear your hair in braids, you can color it, you can, do all of these things, right? So we've now made it, I wouldn't say accepted this, but we've made an allowance to say, you know what, we'll let you make it. And then the moment that a line is crossed, then we say, no, you've gone too far. So what are we supposed to do? Do we take our braids back? Do we take our beads back? Do we tell you can't go to Jamaica and smoke ganja? Do we tell you you know what I'm saying?
We sold the culture has been sold.
The culture has been sold. That was sold 300 years ago.
And then especially with the art of music and hip hop.
Absolutely.
With these predominantly white CEOs of these music firms, and regardless of fact, Kendrick Lamar probably works for a white man, so he has accepted that and traded his culture for a dollar bill.
I won't necessarily say he traded his culture.
Yeah, he did.
What do you mean by that exactly?
He put his art of music, his culture on pen and pad and made music onto it. And then he signed to a label that predominantly white male is CEO of. Okay. All right. So he's encouraging that behavior. Like Anthea said, that behavior is encouraged.
Now, granted, he signed the Top Dog Entertainment, but I don't know who signs. I don't know who signs Top Dog's check.
Yeah,
so
Sony.
I don't know.
There's other
we allow it. In all cultures and all music, we allow it.
We allow what?
And we allow people to feel comfortable to treat us the way that we're being treated. We're comfortable with the police shooting at us. We're not comfortable with it, but we allow it. We keep putting ourselves in positions where we are now seen as the aggressor and like we're the enemy, and that's not what the case is. We put this Becky bitch in a predicament where she felt comfortable enough to be on stage.
No, I'm sorry, I have to disagree.
No,
she was already
She was very comfortable. If you watch the video, she was very comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point, though. We made her comfortable, and then when she does the thing she's been made to feel comfortable with, we react and we say it's a bad thing. This bitch was already comfortable with it.
Granted, she was drunk.
So drunk or not, but as soon as she was asked the question, she stopped.
Yeah.
She said, wait.
She was drunk.
Am I not allowed?
The only reason I'm mentioning that she's drunk, because I believe being drunk just brings out what's already in you.
Exactly.
But I think, though, I am curious to see, though, if she wasn't drunk, would she be aware of the climate, and would she have still went along and said
no? She probably would have still said the N-word.
Because I'm not denying that she don't say the word. Yeah. I'm just saying if she was perfectly a sober mind, would she have said it in a room with black people?
I don't know, but I do think. I have to disagree a little bit. I don't think that we made her comfortable. I actually think we made her uncomfortable because
if you watch that video and seen the environment, it was predominantly white people. I would be comfortable as hell.
Getting called.
They all saying
it.
They saying it in the stands, but she just said it in a microphone. They were saying it in the stands,
right? You don't think that they would
go hard in the stands.
His audience were predominantly white people. And his lyrics, yes, they're provocative, but it has an N-word.
We can't stop people from supporting. People like what they like. People like whatever music that they like.
And they're going to say what they want to say.
But at the end of the day, it is still not appropriate to sing along to some lyrics just because they're lyrics. Like,
it happens all the time. Cardi B, all the lyrics. Most of these white people know more lyrics than I can.
And that's all fine and dandy, but when you get in front of a crowd and you're singing into a microphone, you have to be aware of what you're saying.
So Princess,
it's absolutely unacceptable.
So Princess, I'm gonna piggyback.
I don't know if you've ever been in a festival, but these,
I've been in a festival, and I've been many places, and I act accordingly in whatever setting I'm in. If I'm in the club, turning up, I can say my nigga. If I'm in the corporate office, I'm not going to be walking around talking to whoever like, what up, my nigga.
And with that being said, listen, with that being said, those white people in the audience were saying the N-word, but they just didn't have a microphone with them. What makes them different?
But see, we didn't hear them. They didn't get caught.
Exactly.
Okay?
Thank you.
They'll say right in front of you.
They were saying it in the crowd. They were saying it in the crowd because why? They felt comfortable enough to do it.
It felt private.
maybe they wouldn't have just jumped on stage and started nigga. They wouldn't have done. Maybe they would. Maybe they wouldn't. But the fact of the matter is, in the context of where they were comfortable enough to do it until somebody turned around to them and said, "Why do you feel? What's up?" And that's when they went to question, oh, should I feel comfortable with doing this?
Man, I'm just convinced these people want to steal the word nigga back and just call each other niggas.
But
I mean, they done stole a whole country, so I'm not surprised.
Once again, if you're not...
Was it ours to begin with?
Well, once again, if you're not connected to the
it
word...
It wasn't theirs either.
If you're not connected to that word that gave you... to the history of the pain behind the derogatory word being used, okay? If you're straight... and you don't know what it's like to be persecuted for being called a maggot, okay?
Right.
If you don't know what that's like, you have no right to publicly say that, talk about in a public platform. Now, by all means, it's a free country. Say whatever the fuck you want to say, but that don't mean that it's freedom of consequences.
So what happens when we use that word against each other?
It doesn't have the same meaning.
I used to use that word quite frequently when I'm talking to my boys. But again, it goes back to what I said before. I could give a fuck about a group of white boys in a room or in a car just saying nigga in a song, okay? But if they're saying nigga in my presence, okay, there's an issue. Because it's about respect.
And I've heard this argument several times, and I tell people all the time, words don't have meaning outside of context. Mm-hmm. So if you two African American males or African males, however you want to identify yourselves, are saying nigga to each other, it means absolutely a different meaning when a white police officer is calling you a nigga, or when a fucking somebody that owns a plantation is calling you a nigga. It's not the same. It is 100% different. Mm-hmm. And so just like this is my sister, my blood sister, we could be into it. You call her a bitch, it's an issue.
There you go.
If I say, hey bitch, get it, whatever, then it's all cool. If we're out and somebody says move, bitch, it's an issue. So it's all about the tone, the content, and who is saying it.
Okay,
but that's always misconstrued. It's just
and because it's always misconstrued. That's why you need to say it with those that understand your heart and your intent. If you're not around that crowd, you don't need to be talking
like that. I'm not in people's mind. I'm not in your mind, so I don't know what you...
And that's the thing. So when I...
Opt out.
Exactly. So that's why when you meet someone and you don't know what you're getting into, you put your best foot forward and you address them in a respectful manner. Why would you be comfortable with someone you don't know?
Y'all remember the end of Marvin's Room with Drake? And he's like, my white friend said, you niggas crazy. I hope no one heard that.
Yeah.
And I hope no one heard that. Otherwise, it's going to be in trouble. Drake understands very well,
exactly.
A time and a place, like Drake probably...
And that might be acceptable to Drake.
Exactly.
Drake might not mind that his white friends call him a nigga.
Yeah.
But he knows he can't bring that shit
nowhere else.
You. Okay, he can't even defend it with his fan base because he said it on a record. Yeah. So, no. You can do it. I mean, as long as I've grown up, I can talk about my sister. I can argue with my sister. You can't argue with my sister. You can't talk about my sister. And that's just what it is. And it's the same way with the nigga word. I can call my brother a nigga. I can call y'all niggas whatever. But in the same breath,
nigga get cut. They fuck with mine.
Exactly.
No nigga gets cut when they fuck with mine.
Nah, man, you're my nigga. What up, my nigga? Give me some love, my nigga.
See, now you sound like
Now you leaving me hanging, my nigga.
Now you sound like Malibu's.
I'm just a law-abiding citizen.
All right, NaNa man. You sound like the type of nigga, man, that let a white girl. You sound like you would let a white girl call you nigga, bro.
In bed.
Who, me?
Yeah, would you let a white girl call you a nigga?
Watch that body on
his ears.
Let's hear him.
Have I?
Let a white girl call you nigga. If you have to think about it, it's happened.
Multiple times.
You got to think about it. Man, I've been calling nigga.
You think I talk to a lot of white women?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you talk to women. I think you talk to a lot of women.
I don't discriminate. I integrate. This is true.
And there you have it.
Nigga, answer the question. Did you ever let a white girl call you nigga?
I don't think it ever came to that level. You know,
Bitch couldn't get that comfortable.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. No, she hasn't. So I haven't until that.
So there is a white girl in the picture right now.
No, until that has occurred.
You spoke in the present tense. You said she hasn't. Y'all heard that, right? He said she hasn't. That's present tense. Okay.
He's trying to defend a girl because that's his girlfriend cousin. They're at Kendrick Lamar concert.
She called.
Maybe that's why I go by NaNa and NaNa.
All right, so tell us about this. Yeah, this
white girl,
Nubian white queen.
Nubian white queen.
And y'all, I'm just being sarcastic. I would never call a white girl queen. I would never call a white girl queen.
Maybe Norwegian.
I'm just being sarcastic.
Hey,
he would never call
hey, let me ask you, if Princess is famous for that one question, then I got one question for all of you.
Here we go with this.
So basically, did you tell God what skin color you want to be?
No.
Okay. So why should we basically judge someone off their skin color?
It has nothing to do with
everyone judge.
What kind of Negro dominance bullshit?
Hold on, because it took me far with them. So
fake deep ass.
Right. But who's doing judging here? Facts or facts?
Look, that was just bullshit. He's trying to get away from the question. Nigga, do you let white women call you nigga?
It hasn't came. I mean, I haven't ran into that before.
Do you let white women talk about black women in your presence?
White women talk about black women in my presence.
Meaning
That's a good question.
Condescending comments because
it hasn't happened yet. So I gotta until that happens, then I can give you an accurate answer.
So can you tell us a little bit more about the white women you've encountered?
Like
the white women I've encountered.
Encountering.
They've been very respectful.
Okay.
Getting the tea.
Yeah, they've been very respectful.
So that just lets me know it's a team because he said they.
So if this white girl, picture this white girl just riding the fuck out of you, right? Whoa. And you over here like you hitting it from below just real hard, and she's like, harder, fuck me harder, nigga. Nigga, what would you do?
And it's even worse.
Would you keep going?
It's even
would
worse.
You finish?
It's even worse when they use the ER because that just takes it even further. It's like nigga and then nigger. It's different. But anyways.
I mean, at that time, it's probably no boundaries.
Oh, she's like, give me that fucking nigger dick.
Oh my.
Yeah, EJ, you
what do you do?
Your questions are very vivid.
I'm just like the pagan picture, man.
I see.
Well,
so
on the flip
say
side, I'll let him think about it, but the nigga ride is over for me. You're not gonna continue to ride, nigga.
I want to hear Nana's answers. I'll go get my answer. But Nana, what would you do?
We already in it. I mean, you know.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay.
I got a lot of testosterone. I gotta let it go.
You a man who don't finish nothing you can't. You don't start nothing you can't finish.
Exactly.
The principle.
So you gonna finish off? You going back?
Huh?
Is it a conversation? Later? Yeah.
Round two.
We gonna have we gonna go as many. Hey. Depending on the workout and if I work till a lot, it just really depends, you know.
But is it a conversation? Is it cool because it's in the context of that experience, or what is?
Yeah, does that go to pillow talk or is it coffee?
I'm not very conversational person.
Okay.
So there's a cutoff. We gonna ghost after we get the PD out.
Possibly.
After you gave her that nigga dick, you
go give her the W that hoe.
Probably give her the two fingers, the peace sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
What about you, EJ?
Would I finish?
Yes.
Yes. I can talk that pro-black shit. I can say nah, fuck that cave. I'm not gonna lie, man. A nut is a nut. A nut doesn't discriminate. But would we be cool after that? Would I entertain that essence any longer? No.
Well, depending on what services she offers
women. I think it's different for women. Like, and maybe I would have thought it was different for men because like that would be distracting.
See, the thing with y'all is y'all are so aware of what's going on during sex.
Okay,
y'all like to emote, so
right. So okay, let's change the word. Instead of the white girl saying, "Oh, give me nigga dick," give me Daniel dick, but your name is Thomas. What do you do? Are we still rolling with it? As Thomas?
Yeah,
It depends.
And
It
even though
depends.
she thinks it's
It depends.
It depends our status in the relationship.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah.
To me, I'm a
because
very
you okay with them
jealous
calling you
kind of.
another name?
It really depends what status we are. If I just met her a week, 2 or a month,
I'll be
or I
Daniel.
don't see her
I'll be
long.
Thomas.
I don't see her,
Wild boy.
a long-term relationship. Then I'll be like, okay, I knew what it was. We're both
Shit.
grown. But if not, then we all dying.
Shit, call me Michael
We all
Jordan all day.
We all
Okay,
click, clack, black.
Exactly. But we've been together for, let's say, 5 years, and you calling me goddamn
Y'all, let's
Daniel.
lift NaNa Man up
Okay.
in prayer. Send some
with
love
me,
and light his way.
Yeah, hey, I would love that too. I'm not, and here, backdrop of me, ladies here. I'm not a relationship type of guy. Like, I've talked to a girl, more than 3 months or something like that long, maybe 3, 4, maybe 4, So I already know what it is. The first time I meet you, within like 2 or 1 week, I know where this is gonna go.
So do you self-sabotage the relationship, or what is the issue? What's the hang up?
It's gonna self-sabotage itself if it isn't for me.
They find out he doesn't know how to.
I don't want to throw. I don't want to throw
That's
EJ
rich.
out there, but EJ the type of guy be in a 10-year relationship and ain't
Hey.
finalize it. I mean,
Hey man, we working our shit out, man.
Shoot, we all
don't break
got
up, Don't break up a happy home, man.
Hey, whatever helps you sleep at night. But nah, I mean, 3 months, 4 months is the max. I already know where this is gonna go. I'm a busy person, and but sometimes I do the busy thing to distract from. Sometimes we're empty. We're all empty people, so we need something to fulfill ourselves. So yeah, I'm a very busy person, but yeah. I honestly, those questions that you ask me sometimes are irrelevant to me, because you're talking about, you're talking to this person a year. I'm like, hell nah, a year, that's way too long.
Okay.
Shoot, 6 months.
So
Way too long.
All right, so back to this interracial shit. Okay, any of y'all been in an interracial relationship? As we all black. Any of us dabbled in?
I
I'm
guess
particularly
so.
white. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I don't care about
I
fucking
guess.
Dominicans.
There's a okay. So you
shout out to all the Dominicans, but I mean, to me they niggas
I
too.
did.
I have dated a Latino.
Okay, but anyone ever mess
people.
with white people?
I dated Latina. I haven't discriminated. Yeah, I mean date or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Been in an intimate relationship.
Okay.
With
white. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't.
Absolutely.
Princess,
I feel
you
like
kinda
their
quiet,
penises
yo.
are ugly.
I
She
try
has
quiet,
all.
princess.
That I know.
Yeah.
Princess, man, tell us about this experience.
I never had an experience. That's why I was
really?
quiet. Like I've never dated a white man.
You never tried, never was attracted to a white man, was never approached by one. Why is this?
That's a good question. I've said this before. There's nothing more beautiful to me than a black man, and I'm not trying to discriminate against other white, other people. And so therefore, I hate to even say this, but even if a white man were to approach me, it would probably take several, approaches for me to actually realize that he was serious, because I don't even look at them in terms of companionship. I mean, I'm sorry, that it just is what it is.
Pro-black. I see you. Hey,
sorry.
okay.
Pro-black.
There you go.
Hey, question though. Does
Love don't discriminate. Love don't got a skin color.
Hey, about being pro-black, because I heard somebody say this about being pro-black. So can you be pro-black in an interracial relationship?
Absolutely.
I believe you can.
You can support the opinions of.
I straddle the fence with that one.
It's a no for me, dog.
Okay, why you say that? Let's get
It's a no for me, dog. Only because if I'm thinking pro-black, I'm thinking I'm thinking pro-black in the contents of I love everything black. I do everything black. I am black. Period.
Yeah.
So that means I want my kids black. I want my wife black. I want my husband black. I want my granny black. I want my toast black. I want everything black.
Hell yeah, my coffee.
Black and chicken.
Black and chicken.
Yeah,
black
dark meat.
fish. I don't eat wings because I like it dark.
We all
eat breast.
Did you hear me?
Okay.
White meat.
I don't want no white meat.
We all using the same lead-in in this bitch.
Legs
Okay. All right.
Legs and thighs.
Popeye's 2-piece.
Right.
Tuesdays.
Crispy and spicy.
Okay.
But no, seriously, I say that because, just to pretense it, I know you love who you love. You create relationships with all people, no matter their color, content, whatever. It doesn't matter. If I'm truly pro-black and I'm for black people, I have to live and breathe what I say I am. So if I'm pro-black, but I'm sleeping with a white man, I feel that I'm doing myself a disservice to not truly be engulfed in what being 100% black is. In some countries, it wasn't even an option. It was against the law, matter of fact. Trevor Noah, he was born illegally. Like, he was never meant to be alive in South Africa, being born to a white...
Because of apartheid.
Because of apartheid. So, that being the case, why would I want to succumb to this
you know what I'm saying? And I know it's not like that for all. Like, I know white people that I'm very close to. One of them I call nigga because we're just that close, and he acts a lot more like he don't call you nigga though.
Okay, he don't call me nigga.
You said,
I would be like,
but in the comfort of his home, she calls me nigga.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know,
see, I don't even do that.
Act real nigga.
I don't even do that because I don't give white people. I don't even want to create that atmosphere to make them think that is appropriate. Okay, because I even limit myself. I won't say nigga around white people.
But when if you met the guy I'm talking about, Princess, you know who I'm talking about. He's more nigga than some niggas I know. That's the only reason I say it. But
his ass ain't black.
Nigga.
He ain't a nigga.
Well, he Cajun, so close.
If his ass ain't black, okay, he has no motherfucking business saying nigga.
Well, he won't. But anyway, going back to my pro-black comment. Yeah, I don't get it. I know you can be all pro-black. You can be the head of the NAACP and be at home with a white woman. Yeah. Shout out to Rachel, man. Shout out to Rachel. Yeah. You have not been respected. I don't know how to say her Nigerian name.
But she supported. What about her? Yeah, what about her? Yeah, Rachel, what's her name? Nelson? Rachel,
Somebody colonizing that ass.
Yeah, Rachel,
but that's the thing. Like, how is
she got trolled.
Yeah, she gets trolled.
She got trolled, but she supported
Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah, she supported.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about your homegirl or something.
The NCAA was 100%. But she supported us. Huh? She supported African Americans.
So that was kind of to my point that you can, and that was kind of my point. I'm straddling the fence there. You can be pro-black and still be in an interracial relationship because, I mean, there were abolitionists, right? So there were people.
High yellow.
You can be for LGBT rights and be straight.
Yeah.
There you go. And going to Rachel, I think her race is white, but her ethnic group is black.
See, we opened up a whole world of
race and ethnic group is two different things.
Listen here, we already took his doctorate. We about to take his black card in a minute. Her race, her ethnicity is not. The woman is white. She's Caucasian.
Here's the thing.
Her race is white. That's true.
Listen, she puts dill pickle in potato salad, okay?
Girl, I do the same thing too.
Okay, see now we done took his black card. What's next? We about to take your fitness card in a minute.
So going back to
they exposed me for my fitness.
Nana, going back
I ain't really a fit guru.
So Nana, you trying to say that she's her ethnicity is black? Going back to what the brother Malcolm said, that a black woman is the most disrespected person in the world.
That's too good.
Going to here's my thing.
Hey, I love my black woman.
Going to Rachel.
I support my black woman.
Dolezal.
My Nubian
Going to Rachel
queens.
Dolezal. What has she suffered from as a result of being quote unquote black, ethnically black? Has she suffered any of the cons?
She's not black.
She ain't even black.
She suffered from being rejected from African Americans, which she supports 100%.
She's been rejected all over the place. She rejected her white background, her white upbringing. Do you guys
and what happened to those interracial kids that are half black, half white?
But do you guys understand that her whole entire being of wanting to be black stems from like her white entitlement? Yeah. Like, I don't want to be white anymore, so I'm gonna be black. Do I get to say I don't want to be a black woman anymore? I want to be like. Do I get to say I'm trans racial?
You think she would get caught up? You think she could be a potential Sandra Bland? Hell no.
Exactly.
Okay, she's just a fucking cave bitch with a good perm. All right.
Woo.
Don't get it fucked up.
Next
I said
topic.
You heard it from EJ. You heard it from EJ.
Okay, I said it.
He meant it and he said that shit.
All right. Ejike Jamal.
That's why he my nigga.
Okay.
Everyone heard that.
He my nigga.
I hope that no one heard that.
He my nigga. That's
Okay,
why.
you gonna say he is your nigga, and then we're gonna
Okay, so
we're gonna get
so
to a
Nana.
topic that you're gonna disagree with, and we'll
Oh,
see
shit,
who's who. Anyways,
Okay, go ahead, Nana.
no, okay.
Fuck that ethnically black shit. You white. Okay, go ahead, Nana. I was
Okay.
tricky.
So and you saying that, okay. So what about, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, who dropped that pro black video, This Is America, but
Yes.
he's with the white woman.
I found out
He's with the white woman.
Actually, man, I don't know what the fuck. She's either white or Asian, but she's definitely not black.
Yeah, so
She ain't black.
She's not black.
she ain't that. Dave Chappelle, he's another one who's with the Asian descendant, and he's supposedly
I
pro
see you over there
black.
cringing over there.
An Asian woman might be able to relate to the struggle. They are a minority.
Okay, so okay. Well, women are minorities,
Potentially.
period.
I mean, women are not. Women are actually a majority. Actually,
women are the majority.
Yeah, for every man, there is like 3 or 4
But we're treated
women.
like the minority. Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, we're just a
Black women are treated
disenfranchised.
like the minority.
Black
Women
women are
overall.
always the minority.
Women
period,
overall.
point blank, the end. I am one of 2 black people in a group of 20 on my team at work.
Yeah.
When I go to a meeting, I'm maybe one of 50.
But that's your work environment. There's some
That's
other
my
work environments
'cause
that
if you work
is
at Chase, I know
predominantly
it's different.
Yeah, it's
Shout out to
predominantly
Chase. Because I work there as well. But taking it out of work, like, we are always the minority. Black women, for whatever reason, were not set up to
I have
win
to
in the way
disagree.
the white women do.
I don't think we're the
We have the
minority. I
same-
just feel like we are the most mistreated in every
less privileged.
social,
Yes.
Say that.
every social
And shit, and
construct.
let you be gay. Let you be a gay black woman. Okay.
Well, how about this? Let you be a gay black man.
Gay black
gonna
women.
be-
I
it's
would
gonna
say
be
gay
tough.
black women have it harder than gay black men.
I believe that.
Absolutely.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree 100%.
Especially if you carry yourself as a more masculine like
Gay black woman.
Yeah. Because I know several gay black women that carry themselves as such, and I think they are amazing. I think they're beautiful. I think they're very smart and talented. However, when they approach a room and when they're in a certain room, they're made to feel a certain
Incompetent.
way. Yeah. Well, not always incompetent, but then they have to they can't always be their true, authentic selves and it not be questioned.
That's corporate
Right.
America for you.
Corporate America,
Period.
or even outside of that, even if we go to a bar, right? This is a gay black woman. She got a fade. When she goes to the bathroom, she goes to the men's bathroom. Why? Because because of how she looks, her appearance says this is a black male.
Nah, it should
If
be.
she went to the women's restroom looking like a black male, even though she's a black female, oh, I'm sorry, there's a man in the bathroom. Can you escort me out? There was a period, and I worked with her. I met her at my previous place of employment, not Chase, just to be clear. There was a period of time, she started the job, she was going to the men's bathroom and scared of going to the men's bathroom for nearly 2 months.
Yeah.
Once people started recognizing and knowing that she was a black woman, which is what she always said she was, but because of the level of because she wanted people to be comfortable in their own skin, she had to be made uncomfortable in her skin.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
do
what
you
we
support
always deal
like
with.
Target having transgender restrooms?
I don't listen. Piss where you gotta piss. I've used a man's bathroom, and I will use a man's bathroom again.
if you sit down, then go to the women's restroom. If you stand up, go to the men.
But
if
you know,
you
it
stand
gets,
up
it gets
and you can
tricky.
piss standing up as a woman, which is really hard.
It gets tricky
It's a
because
talent
But
its
it's
own.
different.
Because
Yes.
my thing is like, do you really want to see Caitlyn Jenner using the bathroom next to you?
So you know what the problem is? These laws only the way we look at it only apply to ugly trans. It applies to the ugly trans. Because think about what's her name, Janet Mock. Okay, if Janet Mock were to walk her ass or her ass, because she had to as a woman, if she were to walk into a female bathroom, no one would question it. You know who Janet Mock is, princess? I
don't.
Oh, I'm about to pull her up for you, NaNa. You already said you were getting them guts. If you
Nah.
didn't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
you did.
did.
Yeah, you
Don't do
did.
that.
Shout out to the trans community.
I bet she call you a nigga. You ain't tripping.
Yeah, if y'all listen to a previous episode, we had
Here's Janet Mock.
That was a man.
well, it still is, right?
Yeah.
She got. Oh,
Yeah.
does she still have a
Yeah.
penis?
Wasn't Bobby V caught with another transgender?
I don't know nothing
A lot
about
of them
that.
artists,
it's tricky. It's
a lot of them
tricky.
artists
like
do
Sydney
be like
Star
that.
and different people like that.
There's a lot of artists who.
Beautiful.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Janet Mock is a bad chick, bro.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, you already said it. You know what NaNa said? You know what NaNa said when I showed her this? He was like, "All right, fellas, be careful." What that mean is, I would definitely get in them fucking guts if I didn't know that she used to be a man. That's what that meant.
He's so spirited about this. Hey, bro, this is no condemnation, no judgment. If that's how you roll, that's how you roll. Just
You talking about me?
yeah.
No, I don't want to fuck Janet. But you are lying if you say that she's not a bad chick.
Man, come on, brother.
She is gorgeous.
Honestly, Condoleezza Rice is a bad chick to me.
Oh,
Hi.
Yeah. I just said that. Yes.
Next
Condoleezza Rice.
This is
Omarosa's.
Omarosa.
This is a good segue.
Shit. What we talking about? Oh yeah, so childish. I forgot what we were talking about. Childish Gambino. Okay, so he put out that pro-black "This Is America," which was amazing. Okay, nothing short of amazing. What do y'all think as far as him having a non-black wife? And then talking this pro-black shit.
Is his wife
I see you cringing over there, Queen. Like what you?
So, home life is home. I try to, because I am an actress. Right. So shout out to Jericho, because that's the film that just dropped. We had it on May 1st. Check it out.
Check that out.
DVDs on Walmart.
Yeah. Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon. Anyway, and in this film, I play a black maid to a white family. Right. In my real life, am I a black maid to a white family? No.
Okay.
Do I identify with being maid-like? In some ways, I think we all can. But I don't believe that I'm in an area where I have to have my art depict my life. If your art is this, it should reflect in some form or fashion in your life. That's where I was going with my pro-black statement. Yeah. I want to live what I do authentically.
I feel you.
But you know, it's a fine line because it's entertainment.
Exactly, and that's where I was going next. With entertainment, it is a very fine line. Case in point, Yvonne Orji. She's actually a family. Well, I'm going to say family friend, but she's a friend to she grew up. She's a family friend, right? Who she plays in Insecure is nothing like she is in person. No. But she does so well at her job that people will question her and think, is she this big of a hoe in real life? And she's not at all.
Okay.
No.
Right?
Literally the furthest thing from it, like the complete opposite.
I shot in her DMs. I didn't get far at all.
Not at all.
Try one more time. You never know.
Hey, you're right.
Yeah. Shout out. Hi, Yvonne. Yeah. Hope you see this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, she's a virgin. She's been a virgin, and she's waiting until, her husband comes for her.
Right.
And so with that being said, that is completely opposite of what...
Another conversation.
Childish.
That is completely opposite of what she depicts on Insecure.
Right, but in a nutshell, if that's how he chooses to live, I'm going to probably question his art form because I don't know I'm not taking his authenticity away from him because of how he lives. Yeah. But it is going to make me look a little further and make sure, and that for that reason he had all of those.
But nowhere in that song he doesn't support interracial relationships. He's just talking about America. Support them,
but he isn't one.
So
you do.
I know. So
but that's what I'm saying. Like nowhere in that song.
How can you lay with your oppressor? How can you lay?
He doesn't.
There it goes. Yo, what was that same energy? At first, you said that you don't see a problem.
No, but remember,
you said you could be pro-black
but remember,
and be in a racial relationship.
I also said I was straddling the fence. I said that was my first statement. Because it's just like it's a conundrum.
I actually had a friend who said exactly that.
We penalize people for the color of their skin pigmentation. That's unfair,
we are penalized for
real talk. I had a Facebook friend. Real talk. I had a Facebook friend just get married.
I live in a bubble.
I had a Facebook friend get married recently, and a dude that I know dropped the girl the comment. She's black, he's white, and her husband is white. It was like, how you gonna marry your oppressor? I was rolling the fuck laughing. How you go, bitch? They're like, this nigga wild.
But see, and here I am. I'm about to flip on the other side. Don't shoot me. But in the same breath, that oppressor might honor her, respect her, support her, love
Serena Williams.
more than our own brothers. And a lot of times we do find those things in those partners. Now, I just am not willing.
We can be in the same family, but just like different things.
Right. I'm not willing to give up on my black brothers. Yes, you guys are disrespectful. Yes, you guys mistreat us.
We're gonna get to this shit.
Angie Stone.
All of these things, but I love my black brothers.
Yeah.
Now, everybody is not like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's not like that.
Let's get it fucked up. I need somebody that can empathize, not sympathize with my situation. Let me say that again. I need somebody that can empathize and not sympathize with my situation.
That's my point.
Okay,
like,
the white girl can't do that.
Right. I can't, for me personally, I can't talk to, it's hard for me, even like, for example, at work. I have struggles at work. We all have struggles at work, right? The conversation you have with your colleague at work is going to be different than that of your mate. Why? Because they understand the contents in which your struggle is happening.
Yeah. So
in life, I believe that I would have it would be easier for me to speak to a black man about my struggle because he can identify with me from a life perspective than that of another culture.
Now, what if the brother?
No.
Now, let's say what?
Not
Go
always,
ahead,
but
Nana.
Check this out. Your prejudice exists regardless of skin color. It could be prejudice against your specific tribe. You know, I know certain countries, especially Nigeria, Igbo, and Yoruba, they don't get along. Okay,
Yoruba devil.
They don't get along, but they're the same skin color. You know, so
Same country.
prejudice exists. It doesn't matter about the skin color. Now,
But Joe, is it prejudice or is it preference? Prejudice or preference?
Depends on where you're sitting, right? Because for me, it's preference. By preference, I prefer to date black men.
So-
I'm an African and American woman. I tend to date more African American men than I do African men.
So let's go as far as let's ask about everybody's preference. So, okay, does it matter nationality?
In most cases, it has
Do you have
not.
a prep? Okay, it doesn't. Okay. Well,
Most
what about
cases.
you? So you prefer to date African men. Are you opposed to dating a white man?
African American men.
African American man.
I am not opposed to dating white men. However, I just haven't found one that can keep up, so it's not a problem.
You might not be used to seeing these signals because you've
Then they
been
need
tunnel
a
visual
filter.
for a long time.
No.
Like me personally, like I feel like I'm very versatile. Like I grew up around a lot of Caucasians. I had a lot of Caucasian friends, and you know when I grew up, you know I preferred because that's what was in my environment.
Exactly.
That I like Caucasian women. Now
I can see that.
there was there were African.
You look like the type of nigga.
Hey, the truth is coming to the light. Come on, express yourself. That's what I like. But check this out.
Nana man, the type of nigga.
The selective African American women that I was around my class, they were kind of embarrassed of me. Our communication skills was difficult, and I felt it very difficult to talk to them, and they made me feel weird. And basically, as a man, you want to feel wanted.
Yeah.
Versus
Everyone wants to feel wanted.
Nana, were you a blerd?
a blurred.
A
What's
black nerd?
that? To a certain extent, I would agree. Yes, I was a nerd.
And the sisters weren't feeling you.
The sisters were not feeling me. I had glasses. I wish I could show you this photo. I'll show. Let me pull up the photo here. Let me see if I got it here. Dang.
I mean,
So
I'll just
it
be
was-
honest. When
it
you
was
know
rough
better,
growing
you
up.
do better. But young girls like bad guys. I mean, women like bad guys. So sometimes the nerds do get overlooked, but as you grow older and you mature,
Shout out to the nerds.
you start to change your preferences, I would think.
But people learn a lot of stuff from their childhood, and they might build up some type of resentment towards that
Well,
particular.
I mean, so like for
So
instance,
now you don't like sisters? You want to date a woman? Black woman?
shit.
Oh,
I know
hey,
you're
I'm
not about to say
open.
nothing about the sisters, because that ain't gonna work
Hey.
either.
No, I need to ask a question.
Nah,
I just got the one
I need an
question.
answer, bro. Like,
What's up? Okay,
So
I'm
what you
passing this
like
photo
women?
around, and you just pass it. So that's my 5th grade.
oh
Yes, I got roasted every day. I got roasted every day. Just roasted.
Because here's it.
From the sisters.
Here's the
So
theory.
those are two different perspectives, because as you guys can see, I'm a beautiful black, dark-skinned woman.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
so for
girl.
a long time, the dark-skinned women they were always, degraded, downgraded, talked about, and everything else. We were not the most desirable until I guess the fad came about that they like curvy, thick women. Obviously, that's going to be thick, dark-skinned women. But before then, it was thin, it was light-skinned, it was curly hair, it was white women, it was whatever else. But that never made me stop liking or loving or wanting to be with a black man.
Because here's the problem. Like, I understand
it will
that.
make you question when you try to approach a black woman and she just rips you to shreds.
Yeah. So now,
black men used to rip me to shreds all the time. There are still black men that might not find me as attractive as they do other women for whatever reason, and that's fine because that's their preference.
Exact
But
preference.
it will never ever make me. It never changes your actions. Don't change my preference.
Yeah, like I said, niggas and females like whoever you like, but it's good to the point where you're bringing down a certain group and uplifting another one.
That was always my issue with a lot of black men. They like white women or other women in spite of their black sisters. So I like you because you don't have an attitude. I like you because you're not black. I like you because I can control you, which, is kind of an insult to those other races because there are some white women that can't be controlled. There are some white women that are opinionated like Tommy Lauren or whatever the lady's name is. But it's just like when you start liking something because you hate something else, which represents you need to start looking at yourself and seeing if there is some self-hate there as well.
Honestly, I think both gender need to own up to their faults. We just need to come to an agreement collectively.
No, we not kumbaya. Like, get the fuck out of here.
There's negative stigmatism on both sides of the spectrum.
But the fact of the matter is, men are never going to want to say, I'm wrong, I don't. No one wants to be put in a vulnerable situation, period, point blank. But here's 9 times out of 10,
I'm in tune with my feelings.
See, I want to go back to.
But you don't want to have conversations.
Very emotional, intelligent.
NaNa.
But he doesn't want to have conversations.
I want to go back to NaNa's situation.
Go ahead.
Because his situation is very similar, actually kind of similar to mine, to Donald Glover. Okay, we can see pretty much before and after pictures.
You got a white girlfriend?
No, hell no. But I grew up in private school up until I was a sophomore in high school, and then went to public school. That's what the place I told you with the 8 metal detectors, black and Hispanic. But my first crush was a white girl named Megan. Because that's all I saw in private school. There was only 4 fucking black people at the school. But here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying though. When I went to this public school, I wasn't what the black girls wanted or expected out of a black kid. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I even had braids, like I had because of Bow Wow. Shout out to Bow Wow. I had braids and twisted shit.
Bow Wow's still relevant because he still tries to troll on the internet.
He got a show coming out.
Y'all need to lift up prayers for Bow Wow.
Bow Wow challenge.
But here's what I'm getting at. So when these guys believe that do y'all think there's some fact to the theory out there that black women aren't attracted to black nerds? I say there's some facts to it.
I don't think so.
But it's more detailed.
I literally have cousins in our family, in your family as well, that are married to black nerds.
See, they're good.
Out of security sometimes.
And how many rejections? How many rejections? Okay. How many missed shots before they finally landed one?
I mean, there are black women nerds as well.
Curved a lot of times.
Here's the thing, though. And as a society, we value different traits from each sex. Okay.
That's true.
So for women, it don't matter that you like fucking anime and all what we consider subjectively nerd type shit. If you're a bad chick, you're a bad chick. Okay, if you're bad, you're bad.
So what makes you bad?
I mean, it's subjective, but I mean, if you already fit what we as a man consider attractive, we don't give a fuck about you being a nerd or a bookworm or whatever.
That's the same thing as for a woman.
Nope. Because with women, let me cook. All right. With women, y'all look at more so attitude rather than looks from a guy. Perfect example, Exhibit A. Steve Urkel versus Stefan Urkel.
Ooh.
All right, let's be clear. Jaleel White, that's the actor that plays him, right? Jaleel White. I mean, what I'm about to say, I mean absolutely no disrespect. I love Jaleel, but all due respect, Jaleel is an ugly ass nigga. Love him, man. He's a fucking classic in the culture. He's a legend in the culture. But he's an ugly ass nigga, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when he's Steven, Laura,
Nana made a very good comment.
I'm gonna add to him. Go ahead.
Hold on. When Laura would not, Laura, just like all the other girls, would not fuck with Steve. However, when he took that fucking cool serum. He took the glasses off, loosened the suspenders.
Oh yeah,
became smooth.
That cool serum is confidence.
Became
smooth.
That cool serum is confidence.
You're proving my point.
He became smooth as that mantra.
He became smooth as
Stefan.
Stefan.
My thing is, like, if you're a nerd, why can't you have confidence?
No, but listen. But that's where we're going.
Because
that's where we're going.
the environment might not support that confidence. And let me add to another point
but
here.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Though. But my point was though is that it's the same ugly ass nigga. But just because he take the glasses off, he has a little confidence, has a little walk to him,
his
talks with a little bass in his voice.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Lauren wants the
attractive.
dick.
Yeah.
Okay, Lauren want the dick.
And check this out. Also, we can speak to people who join fraternities.
This is how females work.
Yeah, and when you join, status plays a role.
Everyone's attracted to good confidence, right? Everyone's attracted to confidence.
And you have to foster that out of someone, that person. And think about fraternities. Like, we talking about college campuses, okay? A gentleman who just recently crossed a certain fraternity, all of a sudden females want to, you know what? He is kind of attractive.
It works the same way because a lot of men will be like, oh, she's an AK, oh, she's a Delta, and it's all this, sensation around these titles.
But to be honest,
means nothing about what the actual person looks like, what their capabilities are, but because they identify with this, I want her. She's this type of woman.
Her being an AKA or part of an organization really is just icing on top of the cake. If she's bad, okay, because I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yeah.
All my life, I was searching for a Megan Good with a low self-esteem. Okay, I was searching for a fucking Megan Good who didn't know that she was beautiful, who didn't know she was bad as fuck, and who would date a nerd. That's what I wanted in high school. Needless to say, that shit never happened. Okay, that life doesn't work that way. Okay, every bad chick becomes aware that they are bad, that they're a hot commodity.
Somebody's gonna rub that.
That same girl could be into could be into Naruto and all of that other shit. But if she bad, she bad. Niggas don't care. Niggas don't give a fuck.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you said,
every
sex
women
has
do
different
care,
things.
and we all
ultimately
people are attracted to what they're attracted to. I can say at the top of my
sometimes
list
it's forced on them.
Yeah, well, even if it is, you can still have
a
space
trend
to make
sometimes.
but you still have space to make a decision on whether this is something you want to be a part of or not, right?
Not always.
Specific to Steven or Stefan, I was gonna smash Stefan. I was like,
exactly, but it's the same nigga.
But you know what was different about Stefan to Steve? He had a confidence. He had a desire. He knew what he was. He knew what he wanted, and he knew how to go out and get it. Nobody likes nobody that's always begging.
Now we going
always begging, always wishy-washy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean but that's not always. That's not a nerd.
That was my question. So I said, do nerds have confidence?
Well, here's the thing. Okay?
Do nerds have swag?
Here's the thing. Nerds have. I mean, and plus, let's just be honest. It's 2018, so what's considered a nerd now has changed over the years.
Okay.
But let's just go over just how it over changed. Okay, a nerd can have quiet confidence, but a lot of times,
what is quiet confidence?
What is quiet confidence? It means you may not be the one like the extrovert or the guy that's out there doing the most, putting himself out there at the party. You might not be the one that's shamelessly promoting themselves on social media. You may not be the one that's. But here's the thing. Just because you don't do that doesn't mean like, hey, you're cool, you're calm, you're collected, you're friendly. But if a nigga step to you the wrong way, you'll check that shit. Yeah, but you still treat everyone with respect. You do your own thing. You watch your fucking anime and read your comic books. You talking about Infinity War and shit. Okay.
It doesn't make, but that's, I guess for me, I
haven't seen the difference. It doesn't make you a nerd.
Because I know it doesn't make, to me, that doesn't make anyone a nerd. I don't know what the nerd, like, I guess in high school it's easier to identify those things that people that were interested in.
I mean, so like even back in high school, what was a nerd? Somebody that didn't play sports or like what?
Well, see, back when I was in high school, okay, back in my day, all right.
Did you play sports?
I did. I played soccer, which wasn't a cool sport for black girls. That wasn't the sport that got you pussy. Okay, with Hispanic girls though. Hispanic girls though.
Oh,
that was fast.
I was not fucking in high school. I wasn't that cool. But my point, back then, what was popping was niggas like
and you went to
Boosie,
Skyline
Young Jeezy,
too, yeah.
like the dope boys were what was popping. T.I.
And you
was what
listen
was
to Daddy
popping.
Yankee, that's
Like the thing is, I sagged my pants. I wore my hat. I wore my fitted hat backwards. I wore tall tees. I sagged my pants. But the thing
Not
is,
the tall tees,
I did. But the thing is,
the
I still
sticker was
speak.
still on?
But the thing, yeah.
Oh, dang.
I did all that shit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I still spoke the way that I speak today. I still spoke. I was still very articulate. I was a good student. I paid
you
attention.
had a bright future.
I said
They
yes,
didn't like
ma'am.
that in
I said
Skyline.
yes, ma'am.
He had a bright future.
I
in
said yes,
Skyline.
ma'am. No, sir. Okay. I said
He
shit
was
like that. I even
respectful.
had a nigga tell me, bro, don't say sir.
Yeah.
Bro, it was just, and then somebody approached me and was like,
I was
bro,
trying to help you.
and then somebody was like, man, a girl told me this. She was like, man, you always friendly with the teachers. You always friendly. Why the fuck do I have to be
Yeah.
mean? Like,
How about we do an edition
He went
of
to
where
Skyline.
are they now? Okay.
Keep in mind, he went to
That's another
Skyline.
topic.
Yeah.
But my thing is, and of course this has changed over the years, okay? Like I think women in general, but specifically black women, have opened up to more facets of the black man, more types of
We don't have
personalities.
Because of
choice.
security.
But still,
We don't have
Yeah,
a
that
choice.
plays a role.
I forgot
Security
this.
plays a
Because
role. You
all
don't-
of the attractive ones with a lot of money, that all the swag, whatever, they don't want a black woman.
and that's another issue.
Not necessarily.
Kanye.
But do y'all want Kanye?
We would have taken him. We had him before he started getting lipo. That's the weirdest shit I ever heard. I got lipo so y'all could, like, what are you talking about, bro?
He's hurt.
Kanye.
That's the Kardashian curse, though. It's the Kardashian curse.
That hurt me because I love Kanye. but
Every
in a
every
sunken
guy
place.
in the Kardashian family is
Clan, yeah.
mentally like
Filled up.
I
messed up.
believe they prey on that. That's what they want, so that they can build them
Rob
up and they can do all of
Kardashian.
They
these
have
things.
demons in
Siren
the back
or-
of the house. I know that she has a shrine somewhere. I'm gonna
Mommy
meet the
want
bed.
They do Sakawa. Crazy.
So Kris Jenner got the teacup, basically, like the sunken place.
Clink clink.
Crazy.
But you already heard me. I said Kanye's not in the sunken place, but
So
He said he wasn't in the sunken place.
He's not.
But we all know he.
nah, man. We have the
He
old Kanye
is
back.
in. I'll give it a minute. I'm looking for college dropout Kanye to come back. I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for.
That's long
I'm waiting
gone,
for
man.
Kanye right before the Heartbreak 808. I'm waiting for him.
See, we transition with artists, and the one thing I like about Jay-Z, he kind of carries us into that transition in his life. He doesn't rap about the
Actually
stuff.
growing up.
Yeah, he doesn't.
We
But
get to see that.
I think as artists, they never thought like long term in this rap goal, like, because a lot of the artists that hip hop is relatively new. It's not even 100 years
Yeah.
old, right?
Yeah.
So like, who is an example of a long term career that they've been rapping for a long time besides Jay-Z and been successful at it too? You know, because a lot of older artists are trying to.
It depends on how
Drake,
you measure
he's
success.
30 something years old.
But like, I mean, Rev Run. I mean, he
Rev
had-
Run is not
But
relevant.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That can't stay relevant. Jay-Z
But I mean, he
dropped
matured.
yes, but I'm talking
Busta
about
Rhymes.
artistically.
Busta Rhymes
Are
not
you gonna? Busta Rhymes comes with
You
a
watch
new
your mouth.
single.
I fuck with
exactly.
Busta, but he's
I
not
love-
relevant.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
my
saying if
man.
he drops another single or album, is it gonna be top on the Billboard, top 10 in Billboard? Let's be honest. Unless a new artist refreshes his image.
Designer
You know?
was supposed to be the new Busta Rhymes. That was supposed to be Designer.
I thought he was just Future, but Future's little
Whatever.
brother. But so like no one has really like done that besides Jay-Z. Jay-Z can drop an album
Did
and he did 444.
I'm saying Diddy. P Diddy. As well.
Diddy's not dropping relevant songs
That's
anymore.
true. Okay, so if
I
it's only
mean,
about
with
music,
their brand, I'm talking about artistically. With their brand, yes, it's developing and it's growing. But tell me an artist who can drop a solid project, an album that can speak about existing content that's going on in their life right now.
So do you consider T.I. old school or new school?
I mean, he's getting towards the old school, but like,
Yeah.
is he really believable when he's dropping stuff like, and I'll slide a nigga and shoot him? Nah.
I believe him. Shit, that nigga just got arrested for gun shit.
Again?
Like last week.
Yeah.
Not to,
Seriously?
No, he
T-
believes
T-
T.I. when he says he shoots
He
up.
will
Alright,
set it off.
Don't get me wrong, man. T.I. is stepping niggas' vocabulary up, but that nigga still,
100%.
He's very
that brother's
educated.
still a little off, okay?
I mean, he's
still know how to
still
put the things
gonna.
on.
Okay,
He's still
the
gonna be.
king is
he's
off.
still a hood nigga. He's just, he's
He's very
grown. He's
articulate.
mature.
Yeah.
Reformed.
He's a hood nigga with an education.
But I think for him,
White
it's
man's worst
I think
nightmare.
for T.I. it's an everyday battle. battle. It's an everyday progress.
Absolutely.
It's a
I think
choice.
for everyone. I mean that's
Right.
what Jay-Z was basically saying. He's still struggling. He's
Yeah.
struggling in his
Still
marriage.
nigga.
He's struggling in terms of his fatherhood because he's like, if Blue ever found out what I do, then whatever. So I think we're actually able to see him evolve and see his interest shift and start to see what's really important in the life of a black man, in the life of a man overall.
And that's why I salute Jay-Z for that, because most of the artists are stuck by one persona. Look, we can talk about like these street artists, like how long these street artists can act. Like
don't say any current ones,
Like
because
6ix9ine.
I will date
I don't
myself
know.
and I'll be
Yeah.
like
Lil
Lil
Pump,
Uzi,
Uzi.
Lil what?
Lil Uzi, whatever.
Little fucking
I don't know who any of these
goddamn-
people are.
There's a nigga named Lil
Tekashi
Trash.
6ix9ine.
Oh yeah.
We can throw that. And
What?
speaking of, we
Yeah,
didn't even
6ix9ine
touch
is real
about.
people.
Speaking of the street artists, we didn't even touch Pusha T
on,
diss track
Pusha.
against Drake.
Yo, that's what we gonna end off with.
Can we come for Drake?
Yo, we gonna end off with that Duppy. Okay, Duppy. First off, do y'all know the meaning of Duppy?
Please.
Duppy means ghost. Okay, ghost, and that's exactly what Drake did to Pusha. Okay, Pusha came in. And this is the thing, man. I don't know on that song. What was the song that Pusha went to Drake?
Infrared.
Infrared, okay? And for some reason, I don't know why niggas are choosing to throw these little jabs in their records. This a little jab. No, man, if you gonna come in, nigga, you need to come for the okay?
Because that's how it used to go. It wasn't these little two, 3 lines.
Subtle
Nah.
things.
Like, nigga, you lay the
subtle.
track.
Shout out to my girl Remy Ma. Y'all better
Yes.
go listen to her.
Yeah,
And
but
get
she
your
came.
bars together.
Yeah, she came too hard though. Like,
Is there a such thing?
she almost
Is
dropped the
there a
whole
such
album
thing?
about
There
it.
is either you don't or you do, and she did.
It was
that.
it was overbearing. Like, okay,
wasn't. There's no
we
such
got
thing.
your point.
We're
No.
going to listen.
No, you
we're
gotta
taking
get it.
your children,
Yeah.
your grandchildren. We want your uncle's job to know we ain't playing no games in these streets. We ain't playing with y'all. Not
I
on
see.
play. Shout out to Remy.
So listen, have y'all heard the Duppy freeze? Have y'all heard? We're gonna end off with Duppy. I'm gonna play it on the mic, and I want to hear y'all's reactions to this. This was bullying, man.
Drake.
This was bullying.
Drake is my guy, so I don't want to hear no funny stuff. But I like Pusha T too.
Here we go. Come on, Wi-Fi.
Let them be great. Let them be great, Wi-Fi. Shout out to the listeners. This has been fun. Thank you guys for
fun.
listening in.
Hopefully we didn't scare you guys off
It's
when we
not
get
live.
another.
We're still not. So when it does go live, shout out to the crew. We're still taking that doctorate though. NaNa man, it's not
It's
not getting
right
it
here. I got it.
The nerve, the audacity.
The audacity. That shit sound like a funeral.
Okay. So if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of V's, what do you really think of the nigga that's making your beats? I've done things for him I thought that he never would need. Father had to stretch his hands out and get it from me. I popped out for 30 hours and let him repeat. Now you popping up with the jokes, I'm dead, I'm asleep. I just left from over by y'all putting pen to the sheets. Tired of sitting quiet and helping my enemies eat. Keep getting temperature checks, they know that my head overheats. Don't know why the fuck you niggas listen to Dead, I'ma leave. Must have had your infrared wrong, now your head in a beam. Y'all are the spitting image of whatever jealousy breeds. Don't push me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. Some shots, well I gotta challenge those. But I bring calicos to the Alamo. I can never have a Virgil in my circle and hold him back cause he makes me nervous. I wanna see my brothers flourish to their higher purpose. You niggas leeches and serpents, I think it's good and now the teachers are learning. Yeah, your brother said it was your cousin, then him, then you. So you don't rap what you did, you just rap what you knew.
Exposed.
It's a shame, there's plenty niggas that do what you do. There's no malice in your heart, you an approachable dude. Me, you might have college kids for Nike Mercedes, but you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the 80s. I had a microphone of yours, but then the signature faded. I think that pretty much resembles what's been happening lately. Please believe your demise will be televised. Yeah. And as for Q, man, I changed his life a couple times. Nigga was in Kroger working double time. Y'all acting like you made the boy when I was trying to help the guy. Yeah. Who gassed you to play with me? Man, you made this shit as easy as ABCs. Whoever supposedly making me hits, but ain't got no hits, sound like they need me. My hooks did it, my lyrics did it, my spirit did it. I'm fearless with it. Yeah. I really shouldn't have given you none of my time, cause you older than a nigga you running behind. Look, holla at me when you multi-million. I told you
niggas
keep
out of
playing
here.
with my name and I'ma let it ring on you like Virginia Williams. I'm
that's
too
right.
Brazilian, get out your feelings. It's gonna be a cool summer for you. I told Weezy and baby I'ma done it for you. Tell Ye we got an invoice coming to you. Considering that we just sold another 20 for you.
To be honest,
That was
Damn.
very disrespectful. I had to play that a couple of times just to really soak in what he said. And then Drake got the internet behind him, so he actually sent them an invoice for 100,000.
for reviving his career.
And
That's what it said on the invoice.
I hope he paid that because he probably did help him sell another 20K on his album.
Facts,
Because
man.
I want to listen to
Hey,
it.
you know Drake helped him out with another 20K,
Yeah.
man.
Yikes.
Whew, shit.
Yeah, and he
So-
the line he said, you're older than the guy you're running behind.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes!
So
Nigga said you an approachable dude. Oh my god. Jesus.
So if y'all thought that he was playing, he's not
This
playing.
nigga Drake's the devil, man. Shit.
Man.
I mean, did they not hear back to back? Did they not? I mean, yeah.
But Drake only responds to guys he knows that he's gonna demolish though.
No, that's
Yeah,
not
a
true.
lot of
No,
people
He's
got
not
at Drake.
responding to Pusha.
No, they thought Drake was pussy. Okay,
No,
let's
but I
go.
mean, Pusha's pretty good.
Pusha
I
is
wouldn't
good.
say
This
like,
is a good,
yeah.
a good.
But you gotta listen to Pusha's Infrared. He got at Drake a couple times. I mean, the whole song was
And
kind of
what has
catered towards
Drake
him,
said
but.
since?
I mean, the shit just
Drake,
dropped.
No, Drake has dissed Pusha subliminally a couple times as well.
Subliminally,
we're
come
waiting.
at the man.
We're
If you
waiting.
want something, do something.
Right
man.
now, the ball is in Pusha's court. Okay, I said
Pusha's
yesterday.
not gonna do
I said
anything.
since yesterday. I said he had 48 hours. We recording this on a Sunday. We better hear something from Pusha tomorrow. Otherwise, he took this L. He's the new Meek.
But
He's
my
the
thing
new
is,
Twitter
like,
fingers.
even-
Because he did respond on Twitter.
Even if he responds, he has the L, and it's all good. I mean, it's all good, but just take your L and just
Be quiet.
perfect your. I mean, just pay your invoice and
Yeah,
try
that's
to get
what he
you
paid,
try
you
to
know.
get you some
Pay
endorsement
them
deals or
bills.
something. You know, do
Word.
some administrative work for the
Get back to
label.
the artistry. Get back to your work. Get back to the music. Get back to the fans. Like
Yeah.
they get so caught up in trying to be better than the other. Who suffers?
That,
Stay
that
here
just
later
helped. And
and
Pusha dropped the
nobody's
album with
listening.
only 7 songs. I don't know if it was mixtape or EP, so I'm trying to figure out there. But anyways, here, wow.
Shout outs, plugs.
Hey,
Shout
unfortunately, it looks like
So-
we ran out of time.
Well,
Had a lot of stuff to
yeah.
ask. Also, Princess, we're gonna have to you on the next show because prior to this conversation we had, you had a statement that you said all men cheat. All men cheat. Is that still true in your
Yes,
books?
Yes.
To me, it just sounds like an invitation for the next segment.
Ooh,
Yes.
all men
Talk
cheat.
about it, man.
And I'm
All
gonna
right.
be here in the background co-signing because that rides
Okay.
with mine.
This
Yeah.
is without my sisters.
Do men cheat?
Yeah.
All men cheat. I don't, but
Men can't
anyways,
cheat, man.
yeah, that no.
Victims
Men
of
lie,
biology.
women
We'll
lie.
get in there.
Men
get there
lie,
next
women
time.
lie.
But
All right, y'all.
anyways, here, man, we running it down here. Do we got anybody who has some things going on?
Plug out your new film,
Yes.
Jericho.
Shout out to Jericho. Please go pick it up in stores at Walmart, Best Buy, Fry's. You can get a 2-day shipping on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Ooh.
Yes, it's
It's
featuring.
official like a whistle.
Yes, so we have Irma P. Hall, Joe Marie Payton, George Wallace is in the movie. It's a flashback to the
time.
60s. So it's kind of hard because it does have its awkward moments, as I mentioned earlier.
couple of those.
It is about 2 black men right after the Jim Crow laws were being abolished in the South.
Don't give too much away. Don't give too much away.
So it's a dramedy is what we
Okay.
like to call it. So
Yeah.
check that out. If you want to follow me on Facebook, Anthea Pia, on Instagram, Mahogany82 with an E. Yeah, and just be great. Go be great. Be good. Show love and be loved.
Hey, fellas, and
that's
she says she's single. She does got a profile on blackmeat.com,
no.
Tinder, Bumble.
I'm off of that.
She's
Just hit
all
my
and
DMs.
with my eyes can't lie, man. She got the beauty to cure the world. I think I'm gonna nominate her for a Nobel Peace Prize because she's so beautiful.
Man, that goes against everything I think feminists stand for, right?
Yeah, I am a feminist, so fuck that shit. I'm beautiful and I'm strong and I'm
male-
awesome.
Be
The male
strong
gaze.
and awesome. There she go.
Hey, Princess, go ahead, talk your shit, man. Like, anything you want to plug?
I don't have any plugs, but I do have a Cash App. I recently graduated about 2 weeks ago. I'm a
Hey.
master.
Hey.
I am a master. want to show me love, show my Cash App love, and you can get that information from the guys, of course. But yeah, that's about
You
it.
gotta give your Cash App. They might not get it from me. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your Cash App
You
tag?
can use the phone number, and you can just do what you gotta do. So
Okay, so she giving invitation. You single? Cause I got
you know
viewers
what?
to.
I am not in the market right now, but I always accept currency. So
Dang.
you know,
We take coins.
Okay.
And, yeah,
Cryptocurrency
you can
too?
definitely-
yeah.
Cryptocurrency?
Hey, you know, we can do whatever it takes.
Hey,
that
do what it
Bitcoin,
do.
whatever.
Shoot.
Like I said, I'm a
Bitcoins,
businesswoman,
PayPal.
so we make it work. You know,
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Nana man, what you got going on, man?
Man, Nana Man got Nana Man's Fitness. So you follow me at Nana Man. Actually on Instagram. So it's at Nana NaNa _man MA 3 N's NNN. So you can get motivated on that fitness, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Nana NaNa. Last name is Agyman AGYEMAN, and also follow me on Snapchat at Nana Man. So it's spelled NaNa _MAN. And I'm always there for your entertainment, and the ladies love me, and I don't blame them.
Hopefully you have your shirt
I
on.
sense the thirst coming, man.
He's
That's
so
when he does
thirsty.
that.
Well, the thing is, I'm not
That deep
thirsty, but I do
voice.
got a 6-pack if you're thirsty, if you know what I
A
mean.
little thought, man.
A 6-pack beer.
Hey yo, but I got nothing. I gotta pee. Alright, so Ejike Jamal, it's Ejike Jamal. Follow me at EJIKEJAMAL. I'm on Twitter. Follow us follow us at the Problematic Safe Place. You can catch us at We the Safe Place on Twitter. Shit, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, podcast app.
That's what's up.
Hey, did I say SoundCloud?
SoundCloud.
Okay, we out here. YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube. Follow us on the YouTube
Okay.
page. Problematic Safe Place.
Problematic Safe Place. Hey, we out. Anything else?
Cheer.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Peace.
Fuck with y'all. Hey, we out. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye.